We've got ignition. 1. We've got takeoff. All right, y'all, we in the building. Mouthpiece included. Another edition. How Justin Fields is. How Justin Fields is Vince Evans 2.0. We unpacking that. Got a lot of other hot topics as well. This is an open panel, so pull up. We tag the link at the top of the chat. Don't forget to bring your mouthpiece. All are welcome. Trolls get hoes around here. And please take this time to like, share, subscribe as we handle some pregame so that we can go ahead and share this link with the world. Appreciate you.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing.
Gotta guard your grill.
Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Educational purpose. Yes, sir. Mount up.
Who are the guys that are the best in the world and make the rest of the team look like a gaggle of girls?
Okay, I'm in my local Ralph's, and this happened.
I don't go to church.
God understands.
God understands.
Man, where do they keep the honey around here?
Of the Bears.
Excuse me, you know where the honey is?
Who are the guys that are the best in the world and make the rest of the team look like
Oh,
a gaggle of
cheese,
girls?
Al.
The Bears.
Who wants cheese head?
I don't go to church, and I know God understands. I can stay on my couch because God is a fan of the Bears.
Who are the guys that are the best in the world and make the rest of the team look like a gaggle of girls?
The Bears.
The Bears.
I don't go to church, and I know God understands. I can stay on my couch because God is a fan of the Bears.
Who are the guys that are the best in the world and make the rest of the team look like a...
Well, guys, let's go to the swimming pool.
Yeah, buddy.
Let's go take a shower. Let's go water skiing.
Don't forget to bring a towel.
There he is.
Be sure to bring a towel so you don't get all
Yeah,
wet.
don't forget to bring your mouthpiece. Be sure to bring your mouthpiece. You're sure to get all wet. Big up Chi-Town, Inglewood, Cali in the building. Let's get this show on the road. Yes, sir. Mouthpiece included. Got a great one lined up for you cats today. Y'all don't know how Justin Fields is Vince Evans 2.0. Today's show format, we always kick it off with Bear Down, Bear News. Then we jump on How About Them Bulls. Got some balls up, or I should say Alonzo Ball down. How about them Sox? We're going to skip the Cubs once again. Then we jump on our hot topics. I don't know if we got a booger of the week. I couldn't find a coon of the week. Our hottest topic tonight, we'll close it out with how Justin Fields is Vince Evans 2.0. And go through some history of the quarter black, as we call it. And we will kick off our quarter black of the week. We forgot to do it in week 1. We'll have it both weeks lined up for you. Let's get the resident Silver Back in the building. We got Jackie Robinson's finest coach, slash manager. Big Ace in the building.
Mouthpiece.
What up with it, fool?
Things well. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
Yeah, it's well over here too, bro. What's been going on in the Heezy?
Oh man, just chilling. Ball, baseball. Deuce is doing his thing.
Big ups to Deuce.
It made me give him a game ball for a game on Saturday.
Is he raking and what he doing? Throwing the ball or what?
Yeah, both. He had he can only pitch 3 innings in fall ball. So game 1 he had 9 strikeouts. He hit 3.
He struck out. Wait, he struck out the all of them, huh?
Yeah, he struck out 3 times.
Wow.
Got a nice movement on the 2-seam fastball.
Wow.
We're not playing the greatest in competition.
Hey.
Play who they play schedule.
You gonna only strike out who's standing in front of you, bro.
That's right. That's all you can do. They had a good week, man. I think we might have had like 6 or 7 in the game on Sunday.
That's what's up. I'm sure y'all won them games.
Yeah. Pretty cool. Played awesome and Franklin.
For sure.
Shout out to the kids. I told them after the game, just fall ball. Good chance to get better over the winter, and hopefully, you guys get a chance to play us next year, so we can do it again.
Facts. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
Facts.
But it's giving me a chance to. I got a couple of 8-year-olds on the team, 9, 10, and we're playing 12U.
8 years old, they still sucking on the teeth.
Pretty much. But they're learning the game, and this is what we did for Deuce. Back when he was 8, he got to play with the older guys, and materializes into making them better players when they get to that older age group.
Facts.
Shout out to the parents that are bringing them out, that trust me to put their kids out there with 12-year-olds and 11-year-olds, and give them the confidence to play. So, shout out to the parents.
Facts. All right. That's great news, bro. So, let's go ahead and what up, fool? San Diego. DBD is out there.
What up, dude?
Yes, sir. Oh, DBD. All right. So, let's just jump to it, bro. Sox, man. What are they playing? What's that team's name?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, what's that team's name? I see these names. I'm like, who are these guys?
The Cleveland Guardians. Couldn't call them the
Engines.
The Redskins anymore, so they changed their name to the Cleveland Guardians. There's a lot of names that could have came. I don't know where the hell they got that one from. I guess time will make you forget that they were called the Redskins years in the past and the future. So, got to start somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could have done it if you'd have had like the Boston White Trash. You know what I mean? If you'd have had stuff like that. Yeah.
They went with the Guardians. I don't know what Cleveland is guarding, but they the Guardians.
When you type in this Zoom chat, nobody sees it on YouTube.
Oh shit, my bad.
Yeah, it's all good, bro. You gotta type in the. But what up, fool? You gotta type it in the.
Yeah, I got
YouTube chat out there.
Out there. Yeah.
So look like they trying to put a fork in your White Sox, bro.
Yeah, I went to the opening game of the series on Tuesday night, which ended in a extra innings loss for the Sox, 10-7.
Wow.
I mean, I know the benchman here is guiding the team now, but some moves were pretty questionable. They had the 10th inning. 10th inning, they walked their number 3 hitter to put a man on first and third. I understand the premise behind it, because, you know, hey, you had a chance at double play. But they brought the number 4 hitter up, Naylor, and threw him a fastball down the middle. Of course, he stroked it. So, I mean, you know, bring that guy up and throw some balls in the dirt. You know, come on, man. What's going on with the pitching staff and the coaching staff and the management staff? You don't walk the 3 to get to the 4 and throw him a fastball. But, you know, maybe that's just me.
Well, the analytics probably said it. You know, he struggles with the fastball right down, with the batting practice pitch right down the middle.
Yeah, no. He's been nailing that ball all season.
Well, 153 games in. They're 76 and 73. There's 6 games back. So how many games they got left?
They got 9 left.
Any more against the Guardians?
You said 163. They play 162. They play 153. Yeah, they got 9 left. They don't have a chance in hell.
How many more against the Guardians? Is that series over?
No, they're playing tonight. So I can get you an updated score on what the score is, but they're playing tonight. This should be the last game of the season.
Yeah, and the wild card don't look good.
No, wild card, they don't have a chance. And you know, they don't have a chance of catching this team because they can't beat them. They would count on the Twins to beat them over the weekend, and they almost swept the Twins. I think the Twins won 1 game over 4 games.
Yeah, we're down 4-1 right now in the top of the 8th.
Yeah.
So you can put a fork in the Sox. They're done, which was predicted here. What kind of moves? What do they need to do, bro? Stand pat, or get healthy, or bring in what they need to do?
They need some left-handed hitting. First of all, and they need more pitching. They put Kopech on the injured list. The guy is throwing 100 miles an hour, but he can't get anybody out. They put him on the injured list right before this series. So basically, if you're putting one of your top pitchers on the injured list right before the series against the team you're trying to catch, you're basically saying he's done for the year. So.
Yeah, they threw in the White Sox.
Yeah, and that means he wasn't going to be available for the playoffs had they happen to make it. But,
so we saying overall they need a left-hand pitcher?
They need left-hand hitting. They need more pitching, and they need more speed. They got to get these slow guys off the team. I know the whole analytics is chicks dig the long ball and all that crap, but they need guys that hit for average. They keep calling this a home run hitting ballpark in Chicago, but they don't win there with the team.
Right. The visiting teams are coming in hitting home runs.
Right. So
Cubs have been going through that for years. My lovable Cubs.
Yeah. So I don't know what the formula is for these management teams that are just constructing their ball clubs, but yeah, you need speed. If you're not going to do what your ballpark set up to do, which is hit home runs, you got to get some guys on the base path to move station to station without getting hit or without hitting a home run. So I don't know, man. I don't know how they make these teams now. They get all these guys that can possibly hit 30 home runs. They can't play much defense, and if they don't hit home runs, they're not good for anything. So yeah. I know what I would have. I had a bingo long all-stars out there kicking everybody's ass every game.
Right, throwing leather, hustling down the line, stealing bases, causing havoc.
Yeah, if I could put a team together, but I can't.
All right, well, let's jump on. How about them Bulls? I don't know if we discussed it. I think we said the over/under is 43.5. That news about Ball is out, so he decided to wait around and have the surgery. I think he's hustling the Bulls. But before I go there, you got the Bulls knowing this about Ball. You haven't had any confidence that he's going to play more than 35 games this year.
No.
So with that all being factored in, you taking the over or the under 43.5?
43.5 out of an 82 game.
Don't forget Cleveland picked up my man's.
Mitchell.
Yeah.
So they won't be able to beat them at all. It's going to be close, but counting on the Bulls' injury history, I'd take the under.
All right, I'm gonna be a homer on this. I'm gonna take the over, but it's not gonna. It'll probably be 0.5 over. I'm holding confidence that Ball will be back, play more than 35, but that's just being optimistic. But a little Donovan Mitchell update. I said he was from Louisville. He's not. I think he's from Baltimore or Cincinnati. I can't remember, but he went to some boarding school or something like that in Louisville, and yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah,
Talking about to be a pro athlete.
Yeah, hopefully, so. But Ball, man, this is bizarre, bro. Like, it's really bizarre. I guess they were saying that, some days he's working out, it felt good, other days it didn't, and now they decided to have the surgery, and they still aren't having it right away. I mean, does this guy have to get on somebody's schedule? Like, what the fuck is going on, man?
Maybe he's like my mom's doctor. He's out of the country until I don't know.
They're talking 4 to 6 weeks. We've been hearing 4 to 6 weeks forever, bro.
Yeah, he was supposed to come back last season and be in shape and ready to go for the playoffs, which never happened.
Playoffs?
Yeah. And now you're counting on him again this year, which I think I said a couple shows ago that you can't count on this guy. He's damaged goods.
Yeah, you said it. I mean, he could be. It's almost like it's a hustle. His dad goes all off season. He'll be better and he'll be this and that.
Yeah.
He'll be healthy, and then as soon as the season starts,
oh yeah, didn't work. Gotta have surgery.
Smoke G 1016 said what up Smoke G. He said the balls have been doctored this season. Home runs are down a lot this year. Judge would probably have 70 if they left the balls alone.
Well, he's got 60.
Yeah, he's saying he had 70 if they hadn't. I guess he said they weighted the balls. Where are you getting this news that they doctored the ball? It was the same thing with the juice ball era when they were really putting juice in their veins.
Right. I mean, I'm sure they're going to test. I'm sure the pitch testing judge weekly or monthly now, and we'll see what happens in the playoffs if they go to the Russian doctors or some other strategy in testing them and see what the hell's going on. Well, these guys.
You heard anything about the balls being doctored in the major leagues?
No, I haven't heard anything about it at this point.
Smokey, where are you getting this news from? And then you can drop a link, man. You got the ability. You're you got a blue jacket out there. You're a moderator. He also said he told us Ball was a bad pickup based on his injury history.
Well, I mean, you can't really anticipate a guy being hurt in the season. I would have anticipated it because he's been hurt ever since college. Every year he's played, he's been hurt. But
and he only played 1 year in college.
Yeah, so you got to do your homework and you got to roll the dice. I mean, this is a player that fit your system, what you wanted to do, and he was available. So hey, they rolled the dice, and they came up craps apparently because this guy is prohibitively hurt all the time. So you're looking at getting maybe 3 months out of a season out of him. But no, they're talking about after Christmas.
Well, they said 4 to 6 weeks. He should be back, but then
Yeah, it's after Christmas, January. Yeah.
But I think he probably got that same degenerative knee, man. I said it, that Rams girl he had, man. It just ain't gonna let on until after they get all the money.
He gets the full $84 million.
Yeah.
He's gonna say, I think I want to call it a career.
Yeah, become an agent for his little brother.
I mean, his money's guaranteed. So I mean, really, if you're hurt, you can't play anymore. Just let the damn team know, man, and take one for the team. Yeah.
All right, how about them Bears, man? Packers week.
Ooh.
First drive, they came out looking good. That running offense looked just as that running offense was fantastic. But the running D negated everything we were able to accomplish on the offensive side of the ball. But
Yeah.
talk to me, man. What was that shotgun crap on the goal line? And you got a fullback, and what was that crap, man?
That's that's analytics. The analytics said a power QB is a highly successful play for getting a touchdown within a certain goal and yardage. So that's the play they ran with their 225-pound quarterback. They took him away from the goal line, which he was inches away from, took him back 5 yards, and then told him to go find a hole and get a touchdown. Which, it kind of looked like the ball did cross the plane, but you're not going to get that call in Green Bay. So why not just hike the ball, jump up over the top of the damn heap, and put the ball in the end zone? I don't understand.
I'd have rammed it to the up back. I'd have gave it right to my fullback, man. You went out there and brought in a fullback. I'd have showed the league this is a new day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's fair football.
Straight to the up back. If I get it, I get it. But let's back it up a little bit, man. That drive was kind of – he clearly got a first down on that play where we had the challenge. And that kind of hurt the Mo a little bit, man. Like, because they let them rest. Yeah, man. That was clearly a first down, bro. Like, the officiating in Bears-Packers week, bro, is atrocious.
Absolutely.
They still mad at Papa Bear Hallis about something.
Yeah. Probably his daughter being in charge of the team. Yeah, they don't have that in the NFL. It's good old boys network. Can't be a good old boys network if Virginia's sitting in the box every damn weekend. So we're gonna ram it till her and the Queen make peace somewhere in the afterlife.
But bro, had we got that touchdown, that would have
covered the
Mo
spread.
was all in our. Yeah, it would have covered the spread, but the Mo, we had the momentum.
Absolutely.
And I think the defense would have been fired up coming back on the field, and we possibly could have got them off the field, man, and turned the Mo around.
Maybe.
Some people say, well, that was only 7 points, but I see it a little bit different than that.
Yeah, because the 7 points turned the game around last week when they were down 10-0 at halftime. And came right
on a run. Right.
Yeah, ran right up the 49ers hole and won the game. So, don't tell me what a touchdown, especially after a long drive like that, won't do for a team that basically hadn't done anything since the first quarter. So, yeah.
Well, Justin Fields only had 11 pass attempts.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Now, in my mind, bro, it's because A, the Packers were running the ball. B, the Bears were running the ball. It shortened the game.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't have a lot of time of possession. And at most, you can put it on the offensive coordinator. But who do you put that on? And do you think Justin should be calling audibles like the great Jim McMahon would do and start throwing the football?
Yeah, I don't think he's ready for that. He's because he had 8 runs, and most of those were pass plays. There were no, I don't think there were any scheduled quarterback runs for him. So it's still, even with 8 runs and 3 sacks, so that's 11 more pass plays. So that'd be 22 pass plays. That's that's not enough in today's NFL. But you're also talking about an NFC North game where your team's running the ball. So
yeah,
if you can run the ball, play action, do the things that are successful in the NFC North game, the things that the damn Packers rammed up their ass on Sunday Night Football, you can do the same damn thing. You can be competitive in the game. And unfortunately, they didn't have enough screenplays set up, and they didn't have, and the pass plays, I guess they had scheduled for the game, were going to be successful. So Justin had to run.
Is Cole Kmet getting a pass? I mean, pardon the pun. Where is he, man? I mean, there's a lot of talk about Mooney, but, where's Cole Kmet?
He's been looked at as a damn bust in Chicago, too. He had one pass.
I told you. I told you. I told y'all that. I told you, and I think Smoke G.
It's still 2 games into the.
I wasn't feeling Cole Kmet. I'm like, he's from the Chicago area and all this and that, but I wasn't feeling him from the beginning.
I was glad to somebody else in. But matter of fact, they could have had damn Jalen Hurts. Was that last year? Yeah, they called Kmet year. They could have had Jalen Hurts with that pick.
I said that too. I wanted Jalen Hurts. I was on the record saying I wanted Jalen Hurts. I don't think it was the Coke, was it? But Smoke G said that Major League Baseball at the start of the season, they said they altered the balls from the previous years. So I guess they said they made them heavier, Smoke G. But go ahead, bro. I'm gonna look up Cole Kmet's Jalen Hurts draft.
Yeah, anytime they alter the ball, there's usually a tightening of the laces, or something to make them either go further or not go as far. But you can't tell me that Aaron Judge can hit 60 damn home runs and everybody else can't hit at least 30 or 40. He's okay, but
Okay, so Jalen Hurts was drafted 53 in the 2020 draft. Joe Burrow went number 1. Okay. Chicago didn't have a first-round pick that year. Yep, and Cole Kmet took 43.
Yeah.
Did we already have Fields?
No, Fields was 21.
Correct. I would have taken I was on the record as saying it, man. I would have taken that dude, and we wouldn't even had to go get Fields, man. And we wouldn't have had to give up all that to get him. The stuff we was doing to get these players is just ridiculous. And you had Jalen Hurts out there, a guy with a chip on his shoulder, somebody who had something to prove. Yeah. What up, Dio?
What's good?
And they could have used the number 1 pick the next year to get a damn offensive lineman.
I'm on record as saying I would have got Jalen Hurts instead of this damn Cole Kmet. Maybe that's why I didn't like him.
That's probably it. Yeah. But one target last week, and he dropped the damn ball. But they say he's blocking well.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Man, come on, man. He throwing the ball, 11, 12 times for the whole game? That's the coaching's fault, man. They stupid. Just dumb. What are you doing? You got nothing to lose. You got absolutely nothing to lose by trying to play legitimately to win. The way the league is set up, you run the ball when you get a lead. Right? That's how the league's set up now. Bad weather or when you got a lead.
But you got to do what's best for your team. I'm not disagreeing with you. And even when they were calling pass plays, bro, they were sitting in the shotgun for like half of them. I'm like, why are you doing that when you're running the ball so good? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, come with some play action and draw play.
It's coordinators who are making these stupid-ass plays, making playbooks that have – just think about this. Tom Brady, we know he's slow as molasses, been that way his whole career. Peyton Manning was slow. He used to run up from behind the center all the time doing the zone.
Peyton Manning used to put his balls on the medical girl's head in college.
Hey.
Peyton Manning?
Yeah, the one who used to hand off to Edgerrin James.
To the
slow
edge.
As molasses, but it turned into play action. And he don't get no play action. He always in shotgun.
I don't understand that.
And if he's gonna be in shotgun, try doing what the Packers kept doing. They were doing run pass option instead of not run pass, but it was what is it? How do you call it when they pass
RPO?
it? Yeah, but it's the read pass option.
Read option. Yeah.
And if they bit up, he'd throw it, and if they didn't, then he would run it. But he was acting like as if he was gonna keep the ball and run, and he never ran.
Well, I give you that. I'm gonna throw it to Ace, but I give you that, bro. If you are gonna be in the shotgun, run those types of plays for him right now as he develops. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't got no receivers. But what was you about to say, Ace?
I think they're still trying to add layers to the game plan. And plus, you got to look at our coordinator. He was probably what was the coach from Waterboy that was scared of Red Bowmule or the other coach on the other side of the line?
No, you're right. He went there and partied and ate cheese and was probably kicking it with the Packers all week.
Yeah. You know, he's talking about how many friends he still had.
And listen, the way this league is today, you ain't got no time to be messing around like that. You got nothing to lose.
But
nothing
bro,
to lose.
When you averaging 6-7 yards a pop, you got to run that football. Yeah. I don't have no problem with that, but I did have a problem with every time they went in the shotgun, they pretty much pass. And so, like, if I'm on the defense, I'm screaming pass.
Well, that's the play call,
right?
But you are not going to win in today's NFL throwing the ball 10, 11, 12 times unless your defense is outstanding.
And
it
isn't. But did you hear Ace's commentary? He brought something to light when he said 3 of those attempts he got sacked, so they don't count those. And then you said he ran on 8 other ones. I didn't see him run that much, but so they called like 20 pass plays is what he was saying.
It wasn't no damn 20 pass plays. No, he didn't throw that ball 20 times.
No. He's saying they called 20 plays, but he took off running on a couple of them and he got sacked. He took off running on 6 of them and he got sacked on 3. That's 9.
Nah, he probably had, outside of the 12 attempts, he might have had another
11 attempts.
4, right, maybe 4 more attempts outside. He had no 11. He had like 4 more where he probably got sacked.
No, I'm saying he had 11 attempts, pass attempts.
Oh, yeah, 11 total.
Where he actually threw the ball. But Ace is saying you add the 3 where he got sacked on, that's 14 called pass plays. Right. Then he's saying you add the other 6 that he ran out of the pass play. It wasn't a called run quarterback draw. Yeah. He's saying that the offense
he didn't have 6 rushes.
I didn't see the 6 runs either.
He had 8 rushes.
Ace said 8 rushes. I must have been drinking too much. I didn't see it.
Well, look, if you counting at the goal line, that's a rush. So that don't count because rush plays are called. You see what I'm saying? That's
right. That was a call. That was a call run. I don't think you count that.
And he had a couple of those that were called run plays. He had a few of those.
Even the first touchdown he got was a pass play. He just ran the ball.
That's what he's saying. He's saying they called more. What he's basically saying is they called more than 11 pass plays, and a lot of it had to do. We didn't have the ball that much.
Yeah.
You know, and
the line sucked.
Yeah.
But he ain't. I mean, it ain't. Again, it's not necessarily all on him because again, it's these coordinators. What they're calling, basically, the coordinators. But I'm telling you, what's going to happen. You keep going down this path. Your record going to be garbage. We get our first round pick next year. They're gonna be in like the top 10, right? Maybe the top 5.
And Pole's gonna get an offensive lineman if I know Poles.
And there is a hell of a quarterback class coming out.
Oh, no, they're drafting him for
Poles was told.
Hey, wait a minute.
Poles was told that you are not drafting a quarterback. You are here to build around Justin Fields. That's why he got that job at 37 years old.
Right. That's what they say. Now, if they up to pick, and the dude from Alabama is up and he's on the board, what you gonna do? Yes.
Poles would trade that pick and get more draft capital. He would get more draft capital because what I'm saying is they know that they hung. They hung
their future on him. Right.
Well, and also this team, they haven't done anything necessarily for Justin yet. And that's going to be with these next drafts. So you said they don't have a number 1. Is Mooney a
No,
number
they don't
one?
have
Ace?
Mooney
is
is
Darnell
not even
Mooney
a two.
number one?
He's not even a 2.
Solid 2.
Suck my ass. That mother. Hey, Mooney is not a 1. He's not a 2. He fits in the scheme. If you got a couple of good receivers out there, you can intertwine them.
So you say he's a slot type of scat type of guy?
He's not even a slot, man.
He's a bum.
No, he's not a bum.
Is he better than Nick Foles?
Nick Foles ain't a receiver. Come on, man. What you talking about? But nah, bro. Yeah, do we need weapons? Yeah, but I'm trying to tell you how it's gonna play out, bro. If that dude for Alabama's on the board and it's the Bears pick, and your season, this dude showed no progression throughout the season, you gotta take him.
So you're gonna throw him away another number 1 draft pick on the quarterback.
You gotta
improving and trying to win.
Hey, this dude wouldn't be proven with 2 seasons. So if that's what's on the
line and an idiot as a coach.
And 2 different, right? But an idiot, you got to throw that out. He didn't even come in starting last year. He wasn't prepared. This year, everybody in the league knows they ain't putting nobody around him. They ain't giving him a chance. Cole Kmet can't even catch.
No, he can't. He can't. Cole Kmet. Remember, I told you I ain't like him when we got him.
I've been saying that.
I don't like him at all. The veteran tight ends we had, they was better than him.
Let me say something.
Block.
Yeah, these are a good tight end. It don't take all this and that for them to start making plays. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know, he just ain't making plays, man.
Run 8 yards, turn around and catch the damn ball.
Man.
But watch, but he gonna have to show some. He gonna have to show some progression.
But I will say this though, RELAX. I hate to sound like a cheesehead. You know, this is a new system. They're all learning. Now, typically, it takes around the 6-week point before guys start being second nature in that system that they're in. Now, after week 6, if you're not seeing this progression you're looking for, because we got to throw game 1 really out. It was a monsoon. You know, if you're not seeing this progression you're looking for after week 6 to 8, then maybe you start, looking at it. But the Bears, bro, have thrown away draft picks going after these quarterbacks, and it hasn't worked. And they have never.
I don't blame them, though, for doing that because they haven't had a good one in so many years. So I'm not going to get mad at them for trying to get something.
But you can never have a good one if you don't put the good one in a position to be a good one.
Yeah, you got an offensive line.
Yeah, and some receivers.
And
offensive coordinator.
Though, you see a lot of these other teams where their lines are self-destructive, toe up, whatever. Same type of situation where they don't even have their starters. And somehow, some way, they're able to quarterback and look decent. Now, again, my main blame is on the coaching staff for the plays that they call, right? But it's not, you got nothing to lose to allow this man to he should be putting the ball up between 25, 30 times a game.
He'll get killed.
No, well, no, I kind of agree with Dezo to 25 to 30. Okay, I say 25. Like when I saw the Bears offense, Dezo, and even Ace was saying it, they need to run the damn ball this year, because of the defense is porous, for the most part. It ain't developed yet. It's, you know what I'm saying? And so they need to run the ball and be more 50-50 with it,
right?
Especially since they got a young, undeveloped quarterback. So I kind of get that. They don't need to be throwing the ball around.
You're not coming up on center. You can run the ball coming from behind center. You can run the ball coming from the shotgun like they've been doing. But you can also, you got to do play action off of it. Man. And they never are doing it.
They was doing it all preseason when they went through every time they got that fullback on the field, Ace, we said it. Good things happen.
Yeah,
I want to see the fullback out there damn near 80% of the plays. Good things happen.
Take the damn tight end, I'll put the fullback in, run the play action.
Take that damn tight end.
Look, like stuff like tonight, if you've been watching the Steelers and the Browns, right? Trubisky, right? Now,
Trubisky.
My boy, he's a huge Steeler fan, right? So I told him before the season started, I said, listen, Tomlin, the only way Trubisky's going to be successful is if he runs very similar to what the Bills were running when he was there last year backing up old boy. I said, when you seen him, the time that he played in the preseason and a few times he got in the games in the NFL last year, he looked totally different than when he was with the Bears running that offense, which was like 4 wide, 5 wide, you know. They don't hardly do it in Pittsburgh, and they got a bunch of good receivers, and they don't do it. But tonight, he ain't been doing it still, but he's been almost every time he went to pass, it's been a slight roll out this way, slight roll out that way.
Yeah.
But the Bears don't do that kind of
No,
stuff.
they're not moving the pocket, but they was doing it all preseason, and they was winning games.
Yeah,
at all.
They're looking for Lucas Patrick to come back at center. They're probably going to stabilize the line a little bit more in the next few games, so that should help. And you got a couple wide receivers that are out. You got Velas Jones hasn't played yet. You got the guy that came from New England who's out. So
yeah, we need to see him out there.
If you can run block the way that they've been run blocking, they can pass block 10 times better than they've been doing. And you can do slight bootlegs, not like full bootlegs, but just slight swings
moving
out
the
the
pocket. Just move the pocket.
Slight swing this way. It's not that complicated.
But let me say this too, and this has to be said. They played against two of the so-called best defenses in the league coming out of the first 2 games, San Fran and the Pack. So, you know, let's give them a break, man. They're like they 1-1 coming out of that. You know, let's see them play against some of these more porous defenses as well. I'm confident. I'm happy seeing that running game, man. But yeah, I do agree. They need to do more play action, and we got to get those receivers back.
Licking their chops when they play the Bears. I don't care what defense it is. They're like, we get to play the Bears. Oh yeah, buddy. Yeah. It's like they thinking they ain't gonna score nothing. They thinking like, what? How many points do you think they're gonna score?
Yeah. It's still early in the season. I wouldn't hang my hat on the game plan for the first 2 games against 2 of the better defenses in the league.
I don't mind if they lose, but I want them to, like I said, nothing to lose. Just play. Let this dude play. Quit being timid. Act like it's the preseason. They act like it's the preseason, and you playing for your job, and you a third stringer or whatever. And just let them dudes play, man. Quit being scared.
But see, if they weren't having success running the ball, I could agree with you more wholeheartedly, bro. But, man, did you see the way Montgomery was running the damn ball, bro?
The run, but listen, the run is going to get you so far in today's game. So, okay, you're gonna
I don't want to hear this today's game shit. It's football.
No, bullshit.
When you win Super Bowls, you're winning by. But the teams that win championships are running the damn ball and playing defense. All this throw the ball around, that's all smoke and mirrors. Every time the Patriots win, it's when they were running the damn ball and playing defense. When your boy, who you mentioned, the one who likes to put his balls on top of the help in college, what's his name? Peyton Manning. They were running the damn ball and playing defense, bro. So I hear what you're saying. It's a pass-happy league, but if you can't run the ball and play some damn defense, you can get your ass kicked throwing the ball 40 times a game.
Well, if you go look, the teams that run the ball today is generally to maintain a lead. And yeah, they do it to offset the defense, but it's not something that you're constantly doing like they did back in the 80s and the 90s, bro. The rules ain't made.
If you're getting 7 a pop, you'll be a fool not that.
If you're getting 7 a pop, yeah. But teams, you're not running like that. You're not gonna keep running like that every series. You're not. You're just not, bro.
So the first game was a monsoon. The first game was a windy monsoon. The second game, they were getting 7 a pop on the road. And they didn't have the ball, bro, because the Packers was getting 7 a pop as well. Yeah. So the clock was moving the whole game. Like, they didn't have enough plays to even call. Well, let's see how many plays they ran. Y'all go ahead. We're going to see how many plays they ran.
Well, remember what I said. If you're playing great defense, that's the only time that you can be in that mindset of running the football like that. If your defense is totally great. But if you're playing a team where you're not really threatened by the pass. You're like, you know what? We'll let them run the ball. They come down the field, but how many times they gonna get a touchdown? Man, once, if they lucky, twice. They're not gonna, if the other team know they can put up some points, they ain't too threatened by it.
If you can run the ball and beat up a team enough, you're gonna score. I don't give a damn if it's in the first half or the second half. Their defense is gonna get tired.
Yeah.
They get tired of getting banged. Now, yeah, you want to throw the ball, but you want to throw it off of your running game.
There's only one team in this league within these past years when they changed these rules that run the ball constantly, and that's the Titans. There's only one team that does that constantly.
Well, when Tom Brady was a young quarterback and developing, they ran the ball a whole lot. So what I'm saying
that was prior to the
when the Seattle quarterback who's in Denver now, they ran the ball a whole lot in one chips. What I'm saying is, if you got a Tom Brady in his prime throwing the ball, if you got a quarterback who's already, tuned up, then yeah, you throw the ball all around the football field. Even the MVP, Lamar Jackson, they ran. When you got a quarterback who, like you're saying, needs more development, part of that development ain't just throwing the ball around the field as he's getting the feel for the game. You got to be running the ball and then, like A said, adding to the playbook.
You do it with balance.
Correct.
And when you get a lead, you can use it to maintain the lead, finish off, as long as you got a defense that you can stand on.
Correct.
The Ravens would be the second team that, since the rule changes, that they, run the ball consistently, effectively. But most of the teams in the league, it's pass, and they run when they need to, like I say, to hold the lead, or if they're trying to run some clock for whatever reason. But the majority of them is passing and stuff, man. And you got to have the threat of the pass. If you're not going to pass it, you better be able to threaten, let them be scared that they know, hey, that quarterback, hey, they can make some throws. They could do this, they could do that. Then they can't just key on the run. If I was the Packers, I would have had, if it was two receivers outside, I'd have had everybody else in the box.
The Packers got Aaron Rodgers. He's a bad man. They got Aaron Rodgers, and he only threw 25 attempts.
Exactly.
Well, this is saying we went back to pass 20 times, bro.
Because we were losing almost the whole game, except for that first quarter we got.
They stuck with their game plan.
Right. Well, so we had a total of 38 plays. We had 27 runs and 11 pass attempts. And Fields did run the ball 8 times. So 6 of those runs that Fields had was called passes. So if you look at it, we called 19 passes, okay, and we called 21 runs. They didn't have the ball enough to be throwing the ball around. If what you're saying is be Nagy out there, what you're saying is what Nagy was doing last year.
No.
That's what Nagy was doing, stepping back in 9-step drops against Cleveland because the league is a pass-happy league. And what's the other dude's name? Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
If you think, again, if you got a great defense, then you go ahead and run. And when I say great defense, that means your defense is like in the top 3, like the top 3 in the league, where you can afford to sit up there and just keep trying to run the ball and see what happens without passing the ball. But your shit don't sink real quick because your quarterback has no threat of the pass. Aaron Rodgers, yeah, they can run the ball effectively because the secondary knows, hey, we got to be on our P's and Q's because we know the play action coming. We know what he can do. So it's opening it up for your run game automatically just because of his ability. You think,
let's go to the chat real quick. Sean Brown said, he's talking about that goal line play. And Diesel, you wasn't up here when we discussed it. He said one of those linemen has to push a guy off the line. Simple. Fields could have just walked in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude said
that goal line.
According to you, they should have been calling pass.
Mm-hmm.
They should have called bootleg it outside. Give me the option to pass it and throw it or whatever, man. They can't keep running that same garbage up right after them, man.
Yeah, throw it to
Oh,
Komet so he could drop it. All right, but Stace Dude said, dying at, I must have been drinking too much. All right. Yeah, I think that was me. He said, y'all just playing wrong. He tripping. And he said he'd get killed, Ace. He talking about when you said Justin Fields would get killed back there trying to throw the ball 40 times a game.
Yeah. He'd be out in about 2 games, broken leg, just like
I didn't say 40. I said 25 to 35 times, somewhere in there. Attempts. He's got to have somewhere.
And I think that's what they looking at, about 25 to. I don't think they're looking at 25 to 30, but they didn't have enough plays, bro. They didn't even have enough plays that game.
But you got to
total
understand,
of 37 plays.
And answer that. How many times they went 3 and out? A lot in that first half. Outside of that first drive, they kept going 3 and out.
They kept going 3 and out first down. They're in Green Bay.
Yeah.
It's 3 and out, bro. You got to perform.
And nobody's talking about. Hey, Ace, did you see all the holding? Did you see all the annual holding that the Green Bay line is able to get away with against our Bears?
They show it on TV, and then they never comment on it.
They never comment on it, man.
No, they be writing scripts with the characters, like, Aaron Rodgers this, so-and-so that, and then they just feed off of that script that they got, and they ignore all of the other stuff that's going on.
That's going on right in front of your face, man.
And you already know, once you see who the officiating crew is, you already know how the night's going to be. Like, oh, God, how can this do? How are they even officials in the league?
Hey, it was like that. It was like that with the Bulls. You knew when Hugh, what's his name? Not Hugh Hollins. It was Hugh Hollins.
Yeah.
Hugh Hollins, and what was the other one? He looked like he's going to have a blood vessel busting his head.
You talking about the old white guy?
Kind of bald head. What is it? Crawford? No, Jerry Crawford. Was that his name?
I think that was him. Yeah.
Him too.
I think he used to be a professional boxer or something. They talk about. All right, but let's we can talk Bears all night, obviously. Let's get on the record, man. Texans prediction. Y'all want to hear the line on the game before y'all make y'all predictions, or y'all want to go first and then hear the line?
I got a lot bet on this game. Who are you?
I don't need the line. Bears.
I'm not picking either one of them as far as the win or the lose. I just want to see them make progress in terms of how they plan.
No. We don't want to hear this. No cop out.
No, that's what I want to see. I ain't no cop out.
No. If you're going to come and espouse like this, show after show.
No, I'm not picking neither one of them teams. Neither
one. You got
one.
Lovie Smith coming to town.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what I love? I'm betting the field goal over for his team, the Titans. I'm hoping it's at like 5.5 field goal kicking points, because his team keep getting in the red zone and they can't score touchdowns, just like when he was with the Bears.
Lovey covered the spread.
His team is favored at Soldier Field.
Who?
There's no way his team is favored at Soldier Field.
Oh, I don't care if he's favored or not. I'm betting they team's kick points. Every team they done played, they're getting in the red zone. They should have beat Denver. But all they do is keep kicking field goals.
Okay. So, Ace, you picked the Bears. What's your score in that game?
Me or Ace?
You ain't even picked nobody. What you say, Ace?
21-14.
All right. 21-14 Bears. Let me write this down. Ace, 21-14 Bears. I'm going to say we at home. I'm going to say 28-24 Bears. Just so y'all know, Vegas actually have our Bears favored by 2.5 points.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, Diesel, I don't know about your 3-point field goal thing, but I guess they were thinking what Diesel was thinking. They put that spread at 2.5 points.
Well,
I'm taking the Texans kick points for the game, and as long as it's at like 5.5 or 6. If it's above 6, I can't take it. So, you know, what they do is they count any field goal, or if you get a touchdown and you kick the extra point. So that counts as your field goal points. I can't, because like I said, they don't be scoring touchdowns. They keep getting in the red zone, but they be getting field goals and stuff. So if it's 5.5, I should be able to cover that all day.
Well, I have no idea what you're talking about right now. But
so a field goal is 3 points, right? So
Yeah.
if they score a touchdown, that's 1 point if they make the extra point. So that would be 4 total. So if the line is 5.5, they basically need 2 field goals.
2.5.
Gotcha.
You see what I mean? So
Gotcha.
it's pretty easy to cover. But Soldier Field be tricky, son. I got to see the weather that day to make sure it ain't nothing crazy. But
All right.
I should be able.
Well, we're on record. We got the Bears, and we both obviously have them cup. Ace, you got them covering because you said 21-14. So, yeah, so they got to win by 3 points to cover the spread. Lovey, one thing about Lovey Smith, he cared about the spread. I'll tell you that. Phil Jackson didn't care about the spread. He jagged the spread, but Lovey cared about the spread. That's why they love Lovey. All right.
I think Lovey team, of course, it's a Lovey team, so they play hard. They play good defense. The offense always sucks. But the Bears, after the embarrassment on national TV last week and getting to their home field, is going to butt rape the Texans.
Can you say butt rape on YouTube? I don't know, but you can say it on TATN. Well, just so you know, the Texans are 0-1-1. They got a tie.
Yeah, they got
Bears
a tie.
are 1-1.
Got a tie against
You probably should have asked, what do we all think as far as how many completions will Fields have?
No, if you're not going to predict what we're asking you to predict, we're not going to ask any other predictions. So I'll do it this way. I'm not going to predict it. No.
There you go.
I bet the Bears get at least 150 yards rushing.
But they both play the Tampa too. So this should be an interesting ball game, which means the running game should be out there and open.
You see it's the same defense that they see in practice all day. And they just got their ass kicked. Can I say ass? They got their ass kicked on national TV against their rivals. Justin Fields.
I just don't know about butt rape. I don't know how YouTube feels about butt rape. You know what I mean? All right. But the topic tonight is how Justin Fields is Vince Evans 2.0. Let's go ahead on because y'all know we can just make this a Bears show, especially during the season. Bear down, everybody out there. We're going to do the NFL power rankings. They got the Bears currently ranked 26 and 26 in the NFL. I got an article here that kind of gives you the rankings here. Let's see, the athletic.com. That's not it. Celtics.
How many teams is it? 28 or 30?
It's 32. 32. But they had us dead last at the beginning of the season, so we're moving.
Worst roster in football.
No chance to do nothing, right? So with all being said, Diesel, think about that. All the pros are saying we got the worst roster in football, so there's no way in hell we're going to be able to stand back there and just throw the ball around. Our goal would be to shorten the game by running the ball and keeping that clock moving as much as possible so you don't lose by 100. Yeah. But they got the Panthers ranked 32, Falcons ranked 31, the Seahawks ranked 30 if they're 1-1, Titans ranked 29th at 0-2, the Commanders are 1-1 at 28. The Colts are 0-1-1 at 27. The Texans 0-1-1 at 26. The Browns, without their quarterback, Deshaun Handy J. Watson, they're 1-1. New York Jets are 1-1. The Bears 1-1. Vegas is 0-2 and rated higher than our Bears. They got the Bears actually ranked 23rd. I think I said they was 26, so they ranked 23rd, which is great.
Yeah.
From where they started. The Raiders are ranked 22nd, bro, and they haven't won a game. The Jags are 1-1, ranked 21st. The Giants are 2-0. Interesting Giants.
We're under the Jags?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Lions are ranked 19th at 1-1. The Bengals 0-2. The Cardinals with Kyler Murray 17th. Cowboys without Dak 1-1. The Steelers with Bitch Trubisky are 1-1 at 15. New England at 14, 1-1. The Saints 1-1 at 13. The Broncos with the Hall of Fame quarterback and the dumbass coach are 1-1. San Francisco, who our Bears beat, are ranked 11th at 1-1. The Rams, Super Bowl champs, the Rams, are ranked 10th, 1-1. The Packers, who we just played. So that's what I'm saying. The teams we played are ranked 11th. Then the Packers are ranked 9th at 1-1. The Vikings with Kirk Cousins are ranked 1-1. The Ravens, they rank 8th. The Ravens 1-1 are ranked 7th. The Dolphins are 2-0, ranked 6th. The Chargers with Justin Herbert with his rib cartilage injuries, 1-1, ranked 5th. The Buccaneers with Tommy Touchdown Goat Brady are 2-0. The Eagles are 2-0 with Jalen Hurts, who I said I wanted over Cole Kmet. I said that. The Kansas City Chiefs are 2-0 with Patrick Mahomes, ranked number 2. And they got the Bills ranked number 1. I started with Ace. You got any commentary on that list that I just breezed through, and then I'll throw it to Diesel.
Absolute crap. You got the 49ers ranked 11th, and they just lost their damn quarterback for the season. So they went up.
Yeah, but Garoppolo took them to 2 Super Bowls. But go ahead.
Yeah, I understand he should have been playing anyway, but that was the decision they made. What if the Trey Lance kid was still in there stinking up the place? Was they gonna they still be ranked higher than the Bears? I mean, come on. And you got who else is ranked higher than Las Vegas? They just jagged the game at home against the damn Arizona Cardinals. Yeah, it's all politics. It's the NFL, and yeah, come on.
Well, how you like the Bears at 23? You think that's fair?
23 is okay. We'll see what happens with their ranking after they win this week.
And they get their players back. All right, Diesel, I'm going to throw it to you. Any thoughts on that NFL power ranking?
The Bears should be, you said it's 32 teams, right? They should be near the back of the pack with the bottom dwellers, right? The catfish at the bottom.
So you said the bottom 3?
Yeah, and that bottom 5 or 3, whatever, they should be back there because it's something to be said for how you look, what you're looking like when you play these games. And that's what they're basing it on. Like the Raiders, yeah, they lost 2 games, but they scoring points and they,
place.
Huh? Yeah, but they look how many, but they scoring points. So you see.
Let's see who they played against. But go ahead, bro. I'm gonna look at the Raiders schedule. Go ahead, because it matters who they're playing.
Even the Vikings. So you got to remember when you play on the road. Now I don't like Kirk Cousins. I think he's nothing but a slightly better than a backup quarterback. But their team itself, who did they beat week 1? They beat somebody.
They beat the Packers.
Yeah, week 1.
They beat the Packers.
Then week 2, they was on the road at Philly. So, and I guarantee you, if you played that same game in Minnesota, it would have been flip the script. Because you think about it, I think Philly didn't even score in the second half of that game. I think they stayed at 24 points. I think they had 24 at the halftime, if I remember correctly. But to me, that list, except for a couple of teams here and there, it's kind of, it's pretty much accurate.
You say that about the Bears game. They played at home against San Francisco and they won. Then they went on the road to damn Green Bay.
But when you go by how you look, the whole first half of the San Francisco game, they looked awful. And
they looked awful.
Yeah, they looked awful. That whole first half of that San Francisco game. They scored all their points in the second half.
Okay. They look good though.
They look good.
In the mud.
Yeah.
And then the next game at Green Bay, they went back to kind of like how they looked. Other than that first drive, they looked like how they did the first half of that San Francisco game. So that's what you.
Well, penalties on the first down of every drive they had in the first half.
3 and out is their motto.
The Raiders lost to the Chargers on the road 19-24 on September 11th. And then they lost to the Cardinals at home to Kyler Murray 29-23. So they played the Cardinals and the Chargers, and we played San Fran, which some people said going to be in the Super Bowl, and then we played the Packers, which others are saying are going to the Super Bowl. So
it's about if you watch the games though. If you've seen those games,
they look like trash against the damn Cardinals. when they lost in overtime.
They didn't look like trash when they had the lead. They blew a lead. So you can't
That's looking like
necessarily say
trash. They lost.
the
That's
Bears.
what the Bears did.
The
but
Bears look like the worst. They look like the worst team in the league, man. On a lot of times. So you can't even try to come. You can't try to take up for somebody else and compare them to the Bears.
The Bears will have a win.
Well,
these are hard to win an NFL game.
It's an anomaly. They got lucky. It was mud.
Put together your top 9 right quick. Your top 9 in the NFL.
In the NFL right now?
Yeah,
right.
yeah, we're doing that today. Yeah, your top 9. We're coming to that shortly. So now my thoughts on the power rankings, as far as the Bears at 23, I could probably bump the Bears up to no higher based upon what I know about their roster and all the players are missing and that porous line. I could bump them up 18th at this point. I can't get them no higher than that. You know what I mean? I just can't do it. Can't. Won't. Can't. But we want to do our quarter black of the week. That's quarter black. That's black quarterback of the week. Ace, I don't know if I told you about week 1, but I'll go ahead and give you my quarter black of the week, although this guy's Samoan or Peloponnesian or whatever you want to call them, whatever they call themselves. I probably would have seen him when I just went to my Hawaii trip. I'm sure I saw his family when I was at that big, luau.
Yeah.
But week 1, my quarter black of the week is Tua Tagovailoa. He had 69 points. Yeah.
The Pacific Islander?
Yeah, easy for you to say. 69.7% completion percentage, 270 yards. He only threw for 1 TD, but no interceptions. He had a 104.4 rating. My week 2 quarter black of the week is once again Tua. How do you say his last name, Dizo? Yeah. He threw for 72% percentage, 469 yards, 6 TDs, 2 interceptions, and had a 124.1 rating. That guy's playing MVP football so far this year, man.
Don't believe the hype. That's what I say about him. Don't believe that hype.
I hear you, but I'm just saying, this is quarter black of the week. You know what I mean? With that, I can only go on a week by week basis. And
he underthrew some balls, but they were so wide open, it didn't even matter. It was like, oh. It's like, they 10 yards away still. Touchdown. Do you see how many points they gave up in the fourth quarter? Baltimore. Can you believe that? It was like, I want to say 28, but it was probably 21, and I think they scored like right at the end of the third quarter. So it was a ridiculous amount of points, man.
28.
It was 28? Man.
Well, who was your black quarterback of the week for week 2, Dizo? Do you have anybody that stands out at you?
Black quarterback of the week? I don't count Tagovailoa as a black quarterback. He's an islander. He's a Pacific Islander.
I'm counting him as black because if 12 pulled him over, he's going to get the same treatment you and I got.
Okay, if you want to give him that,
And those people came from Africa like everybody else, if you know the history of it.
But they don't be classifying themselves as black.
Right. Well, this isn't quarter B1. This isn't quarter foundational black American of the week. This is quarter black of the week.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to say for the week, I'd give it, wait a minute. Let me think of all of the black quarterbacks from this past.
Lamar Jackson. You got Jalen Hurts. These are the ones who jump out at you. Jalen had a good week.
I'm gonna give it to. And let's see, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts,
you got
Lamar Jackson.
Now Patrick Mahomes is half pink, but he qualifies because he'd get the same treatment you and I get.
His daddy's black, so he's black.
Right.
I'm gonna give it to Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it to Lamar Jackson.
Week 2.
Because what he did, he ran for over 3. He threw for over 300, ran for over 100, And he just, like I said, to me, Tua, a lot of those throws that he did, they were some lucky throws that he got away with. But, he did. I'll give him his credit. He threw for 6 touchdowns.
And Lamar is basically playing without a contract.
Yeah. So I'm giving it to Lamar for this week. Yeah.
Well, you got
even though he lost.
Your week 2 quarterback of the week.
Definitely Lamar Jackson. You can't blame the loss on him because the defensive coordinator should be fired after that damn game of giving up 28 points in the fourth quarter and leaving Tyreek Hill wide open in the fourth quarter. I don't know what the hell was going on. If you're going to stick anybody on the damn team, when you're up 21 points, it's going to be Tyreek Hill.
And what quarterback was Lamar Jackson facing that week, just for the record?
Tua.
All right.
Tua.
All right. Ace, you got one for week 1? I didn't tell you to prepare for that. So
week 1, I'm gonna go. I got to go with the half pink kid. I'm going with Patrick Mahomes.
Carrot Top.
Yeah, he had a great
Carrot Top on The Simpsons. Diesel. Every time I see Patrick Mahomes, it's a Carrot Top.
He was unstoppable week 1.
Who you got, Diesel?
Yeah,
for week 1?
Yeah, Mahomes for week 1. He was darting them up, slicing them up. Choop. Yeah, it was definitely Mahomes.
I guess I'm the one off. I'm the outsider. I went with Tua for both of those weeks.
What? No.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. You guys don't consider me black. That's the problem y'all got.
Nah, he didn't deserve
racist.
it for week 1. He didn't deserve it for week 1. Nah. You can make an argument for week 2, but not for week 1.
All right.
Week 2 only because he won that damn game. But other than that, Lamar Jackson.
Did you see his numbers, man? He threw for 469 yards, 6 TDs, and 2 interceptions in week 2.
Yeah, Baltimore left the defensive coordinator in Miami or wherever. He was at home. So they had somebody do a drive-by on him after the damn game.
They lost their whole defensive identity. Man.
That was unbelievable. But I'm still with Lamar Jackson.
All right. Well, we're going to move to the Mouthpiece included top 9 power rankings.
Hey, you know what? Before you get to that,
yeah,
the Bears, didn't they the Packers had 24 points at halftime, didn't they?
Who?
The Packers in that game that we just played against them.
21, I think they got a field goal in the second half.
And they did, The defense stuffed them in that second half. When you think about it, they didn't.
They came up big, man. Yeah, they came up big.
Because in the second half, they were running the damn ball down their throats. So they all had to get out there.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to go with this top 9 power rankings. I'm going to start with my number 9, and I'm going with the 49ers because they got 9 in their name.
Of course.
You guys got your number 9?
Let me see who I got on here. I put
and the Niners are 1-1.
I'm gonna put Detroit at number 9.
Oh my God, you're going with the toilet?
Yeah.
With pick 6 at the quarterback? That guy's a pick 6 waiting to happen.
I don't give a damn.
They're the toilet. You've been to the games. I puked all in their stadium.
Yeah, if they're gonna put them San Francisco in the top 10, I'll put Detroit there. That'll be my shithole. My stinkhole team for the top 9.
All right, it's your pick.
Yeah. So I did mine different. I got 1 and 2, but everybody from 3 to 9, you can take your pick out of this salad I got.
Hey, cut out this participation trophy crap and pick the top 9.
I can't
take your pick. Take your pick for 9. Take your pick.
I'm gonna say 9, but again, everybody from 3
it could
to
be
9,
anyone,
it could be
right?
anyone.
We got you.
So,
we got you.
I'll say the Giants. for 9.
All right. So scratch that off your list so you don't say it again. He got the Giants. All right, and so my number 8, I'm going with your favorite QB, Diesel, Kirk Cousins, and the Minnesota Vikings. That's my number 8 team at 1-1. Ace.
Number 8 is going to be man, should I leave them? The Rams. You got the LA Rams.
All right, go Rams. I just realized I don't even have the Rams on my damn list. That's a problem.
What are you representing?
All right. I'm going to have to make some adjustments here.
You don't have to change anything.
All right, so, wow. I don't have the Rams on my list? That's crazy as fuck. All right, I'm going to leave it like it is. All right, Diesel, go ahead and pick your number 8.
All right, so again, this don't really matter if it's any of them, but you can put New Orleans.
Who that? All right, my number 7 is Lamar Action Jackson. I'm playing without a contract, and the Baltimore Ravens at 1-1. Ace. Well, Ace is still compiling. Diesel, throw me one of yours out there since it don't matter.
Dallas.
You got the boys on your list, huh? They're not on my list because Dak is hurt.
I actually almost like the other dude better than Dak at this point in his career.
I hear you.
That's another
I hear
story.
you. Yeah, well, I'm not. You're not getting no argument. Once Dak sold out the nation on that whole Kaepernick Neal thing, you know, I lost all. He lost all credibility and respect with me. Ace, number 7. Who's your number 7?
Packers are number 7.
I just couldn't put the Packers on my list.
Yeah,
I know.
I didn't want
No,
to.
I know they should be. I agree. I just couldn't put. So the Rams nor the Fudge Packers are on my list. I'm going to throw that out there for you. And I live at less than a mile from Rams Stadium.
Okay.
All right. So my number 6 is Tua. I'm playing MVP football. I can't pronounce his last name. Miami at 2-0. Ace. Ace, who's your number 6, bro?
My number 6 team is also Miami, and Tua Tavigo Ligo.
All right.
I'll learn his name for next week, though.
We got some agreement. All right. Dio, who you got at number 6? I know it doesn't matter.
Tampa Bay.
Are they on my list? Okay, yeah, they're on my list. Let's say, was I high when I did this? All right, so he's got the Buccaneers at 6. All right, number 5, I got a Los Angeles team. The Chargers. Ace.
Number 5, I'm going with Tom Terrific. Number 5.
You talking about TB, who plays for TB?
TB.
TB and TB.
Yeah.
All right. TD, TB, TB. All right. And Dio, who are you going to select as your 5?
The Norse gods, the Vikings.
Wow, okay.
All right. Yeah, I got the Vikes on my list. All right. I can't argue that. All right. Number 4, that's where TB, the GOAT, TB's the quarterback GOAT, because we all know the NFL GOAT is the late, great Walking Paper. But I'm going with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are 2-0. Ace, who's your number 4?
My number 4 is, oh man, I got 3 teams with melanated quarterbacks in my top 4. I'm going with the Be More Ravens.
The Ravens at 1-1. Okay.
Yeah.
Who lost the Tua took it. All right.
There'll be somebody fired. That should be fixed by next week.
All right. And Diesel, who's your number 4?
Sandog, Diego. Or now it's L.A.
L.A.
Chargers.
Yeah. Inglewood. Yeah, Inglewood, baby.
Yeah, that's fun, yeah.
Oh, how to party. All right. So now we're down to our top three, and this might be a little controversial for you guys because I don't buy into all these pink QBs and all of the narratives. But I am going with the Buffalo Bills at 2-0. That's my third ranked team. Ace.
My third ranked team, I got Philly.
You got the Eagles coming in at 2-0. All right. And Diesel, who you got in your third rank?
Yeah, and this is my last one of my pick six, if you want to call it that, or pick seven.
Yeah, was it going to be Detroit?
Actually, because they beat Detroit head up, I put it as Philly. Because they did beat them the first game of the year. So,
You damn right.
yeah,
Philly.
so
Philly's one of the best football teams in the league.
So Philly makes that top, makes that seven where you could take any of them and put them in any spot from 3 to 9.
All right, so now we're at our top two. And speaking of Philly, I'm going with the melanated quarterback, Jalen Hurts, who our Bears should have drafted. We wouldn't have had to waste all those draft picks on just in time, who I'm happy that we have. But I'm going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles, who are 2-0, and I had a note next to my list that I wanted him as the Bears QB. Ace, who's your number 2 team in the NFL? And this is as of week 2, you guys. We're not saying this is who's going to win it all or anything like that.
Well, I got to have a melanated quarterback at number 1, so I'm going to go with Buffalo at number 2 after the butt tenderizing they put on. What was that team they played?
Can we say butt tenderizing on TAT?
It's better than butt rape. You can't say butt rape. It's better. That butt tenderizing they put on that team in Tennessee on Monday night. So number 2 is Buffalo.
Tennessee, the 32 ranked team in the league. So he's got Buffalo at 2-0 as number 2. And Diesel, who's your second best team currently based upon what you've seen so far?
Oh, it's the same thing because until they beat May Horns, you know, they second fiddle. They got to beat them in the playoffs. So
it sounds like we all agree that Carrot Top is at the top of our list, even though he's being overlooked by all the prognosticators and everything throughout sports world. I got the Chiefs.
Yeah. I mean, I understand it's another quarterback the Bears should have had, or
or Jackson. It wouldn't have had to give up nothing. Could have gained. Let's just not talk about that. That was a dumbass leadership.
Yeah.
All right.
What was the receiver we took from West Virginia too? First round, like 11th pick.
Yeah, if he can only be healthy. If that gimp knee can ever come around, all that type of shit. He was hurt every time.
Yeah, he had the muscles. He was busting out of his suit.
Right. Combine.
Yeah, and
the GM got a hard on when he.
Look at his pants.
He was pre-coming when he saw him. I'm gonna draft this kid. Yeah. All right. So that's our Power 9. You guys like, share, subscribe. And we're talking about how Justin Fields is Vince Evans 2.0. That's the main topic. You guys mentioned Brady. This next hot topic is Brady has been stinking it up. And we all know, Father Time is undefeated.
Yeah.
Is he falling off of the cliff? Or could this maybe be the fact that he didn't play any preseason ball that, everybody's giving him a pass for? Diesel, I'll start with you.
It's amazing to me how other teams with great quarterbacks or very good quarterbacks, if it's their defense that's doing it for them, they say it like, hey, their defense won that game for them. Their defense did, even when they get to the Super Bowls, like Peyton Manning, his second Super Bowl, when he won with Denver, they were like, yeah, but their defense is the one that won that game for them. He was over the hill.
And the defense won that first one, but they wouldn't say it. But go ahead.
Right. So
in Indianapolis.
If you really looked at it. But they don't give credit. Like in New England, New England Them first couple of Super Bowls, the defense won them games for them.
Whenever he won the Super Bowl, they remember Belichick is a defensive guy. Go ahead.
And not to mention that they cheated like them first 3-4 Super Bowls. That's a whole nother issue.
They knew everybody's plays.
Every time,
and that's with the balls.
Even if it's the defense, they still say, "Oh, well, Brady, he found a way." No, the defense was playing lights out. They couldn't do anything. They picked off Winston 3 times.
They won in spite of Brady, but they won't say it.
Exactly. So he gets no love from me. No love at all from me. No.
Do you think he's falling off the cliff, or you think it's the fact that he needs to get warmed up since he's having the marital problems and things like that?
I wouldn't say he fell off the cliff. I'll say that he's at the point right now where you can see why his wife was pressing him to retire.
Mm-hmm.
To like, hey, get out while you're still healthy or something. Because he's one good proper way from being like Peyton Manning when he hurt his neck.
Going out like Joe Namath.
Hey.
Joe Theismann.
You can see it though. Yeah. You can see it. A lot of his throwing motion on his deep balls, I don't think they used to be that way. Like his deep balls now, they kind of just go up like this. And
he don't have that pop on his arm no more, man. I mean, that's Father Time.
No.
So yeah, I don't think he's fell off the cliff, but he is not what of course, is not what he used to be at that age. But he, like I said,
before I throw it to you, Ace, Diesel, we covered this. You wasn't on the show when they were talking about him and Aaron Rodgers not doing preseason, and they gave them both a pass. And we were talking about, like, if they were black quarterbacks, or if that was Michael Jordan decided he didn't want to, go to the preseason workouts, would they have been he doesn't need, if LeBron, we'll just keep it modern. If LeBron decided I'm 38 years old, I'm not going to go to the preseason, you'd think they would have been so easy to say, it's okay. LeBron knows what he's doing. Like Ace and our premise was, it's not all the time about me. Even if I'm cold and I know what I'm doing, I got to get these other guys ready. I got to be in the camaraderie of the locker room. But I think his timing is off. So what do you say to that? Do you think it has anything to do with he was dealing with marital issues and lied and said that he was on the Hidden Singer or whatever that show is? Do you think
I don't think it's his timing. I think it's legitimately
his physical ability.
His skill is starting to decline. Now I don't think he's fell off the cliff, but his skill is starting to go down. It was starting to go down a couple of years ago, just at a slow rate.
Yeah.
So, different people got different things that motivate them. Like Jordan, that competitive man, he wanted to be in every game. He wanted to be in preseason, all that stuff if he could.
Yeah, he divorced his wife before he missed preseason.
Yeah, this is that competitive fire. Different things motivate other people to do so.
Well, you make a point. You make me think of a point. Maybe that's why Brady always wants to play on a stacked team these days, because he knows he ain't going to be the guy to carry a team no more. Maybe down the last 5 minutes of the game or 8 minutes, he can get it
But
done.
he's going to get all of the kudos.
Regardless.
He could
credit for the chip. Yeah.
Remember when they played Green Bay a couple of years ago in the championship in Green Bay? He threw like 2-3 interceptions.
Yeah. So it'd be like LeBron going to play at Golden State right now and then getting all the credit for the chip.
He's still going to get credit. It was you who did it.
Yeah. All right.
You did it.
Ace, I'm going to throw it to you. What you got to say about Tommy Terrific? Father Time?
Tom Terrific has forgot more about being a quarterback than some of these guys will ever learn. But physically, at 40, 45, there's no way that he can do what he did. I mean, this is 18th, 19th season in the NFL. But no, it's 23rd. I think.
22nd, I think.
Yeah, 22nd or 23rd. So physically, your body has to come down to a certain level at advanced age in this particular sport.
What about mentally? I mean, we all assume that, you're getting smarter and wiser, but can't you get burnt out? But go ahead.
I think he's still pretty sharp. Of course, he knows where everybody should be, where all the alternate routes, where the hot routes and all that that is at his age, but he's thinking probably on a level that his receivers aren't. Evans might be on tap with him, and Goodwin might be on tap, but all
Who you
those
talking
other
about? Vince Evans?
yeah, Vince Evans might be on the same level as him mentally as far as the routes are concerned. But when you lose a guy like was it Godwin, and you got to bring in all these other guys to Antonio Brown, you got to bring in all these other guys to learn the routes.
They lost his left tackle too.
Yeah, and where they're supposed to be, things are going to change. And he's always had a line that if they didn't do anything, they protected him from getting hit.
Well, you seen him on the sideline slamming that Microsoft tablet, kicking over stuff.
And he started the fight on the sideline that the player got suspended from.
Yeah, he did.
So why is he always getting why is he getting a pass when I'm hearing them blaming Russell Wilson for having a dumbass coach and throwing the ball 20 times out of 22 times in the red zone and not score? Like, that's all I'm saying, bro. It's like what Diesel was saying. He always seems to be getting this pass, bro.
He's a Republican.
They know how to write. They use these in each sport. Yeah, they know how to write this picture or write this story, and they make these certain players their characters. And then they try to, no matter what happens in the game, they're gonna keep referring to those characters as stuff for people to follow. No matter what. Somebody can have a career day on defense, special teams, and they're going to keep going back to that same character, running it into the people's mind and John Q. Public, making you think that they're the greatest ever.
And they're slow. John Q. Public is slow. But, they put together this narrative. He went out. It wasn't a Super Bowl year, but he went out unhurt, blaze of glory, retired, I'm done. But to come back,
well, he's not Jay-Z. I mean, if just in time started that fight on the sidelines and a white receiver got suspended, they'd be talking about that.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can tell you exactly what they would have said. If Justin Fields did something like that, and he started a fight, they'd be like, no, young man, you need to worry about throwing the ball and competing passes. That's not your business to be instigating fights and things of that nature.
Correct.
Anger management classes and learn how to control yourself. You're the quarterback.
He'd had to go public he'd have to go public and apologize for his actions and all of this and that.
And I heard an interesting thing yesterday. So Kyler Murray, right? So you know how they tried to throw that thing in his contract where he needs to study
we did a show on it. We did a show on it, the Kyler clause.
Well,
the Coon clause.
Come to find out, somebody I listened to yesterday, they said he had, I forget if it was a party or something at his house, or it was something after a game. It was something, some type of celebration, right? And I think it was for him. Mm-hmm. And he was in his room while all these guests and stuff were there playing video games. Yeah. And the person who was talking said, you know what though? Playing those games can equate to your attention to process information and move and doing all
simulation.
This stuff.
I've suggested that on this show. Yes.
And they were like, yeah, so I wouldn't, he didn't realize that all those people, had been there at the time and then they went and got him. But I was like, yeah, they just be misunderstanding maybe a way that one person can process information. There's all kinds of ways for you to do that stuff.
So was he just playing the game or was he getting a handy J?
Nah, he was playing the game. He was playing. I believe he was playing Madden, to be honest, but I ain't sure what game he was playing.
All right, y'all. Tonight's topic is how Justin Fields is Vince Evans 2.0. Next hot topic: Boston NBA coach suspended 1 year. I suppose he had a relationship with an employee, one of the staff. They're kind of hush about it. They said that so he got suspended for a year, which is the same thing as the owner got suspended of the Suns. But Stephen A. went on and said that he knows a whole lot that he's not going to talk about,
But he said
it's going to come out.
He made a damn good point, Stephen A. did. He said, why are you telling us about this? That's not our business. That's his personal business. And that's what he was saying.
But you got to explain why you suspended a guy for a year, though.
Well, yeah, but here's what he said. He said that then fire him. Why are you suspending him for a year for that particular thing that you're saying that he did, that he broke the company policy, right? They said, why don't you terminate him? He says, this type of thing goes in all three big major sports all the time, and you never hear about it. He said that the Celtics organization are the ones who leaked the information to the public. He said that they could have simply went and said, hey, he broke company rules. He suspended for a year and never told you what it was about.
Well,
he
that's
said
a good
there's
point.
been numerous people, and he was saying white people, that he know, executives, coaches, etc. And he said,
well, Stephen A, I think he's realizing he's being labeled with the coon cape, and he's trying to, fight back. I think some people have been talking to him. But, Ace, you got some commentary on this, about this colored coach?
Unfortunately, I believe it was.
I bet you it was a white girl too, Diesel. Go ahead.
It was a pink girl in the Celtics, and it was a higher up in the Celtics organization, or maybe an owner that felt betrayed by, well, not betrayed, butthurt. Can I say? I'm saying butthurt.
You can say butthurt.
You can say butthurt about the coach taking his concubine or whatever she was to this person, and they want to leak it out and show that he was under their control, and they
wanted to try to get him to step down, but he won't, because if you step down, you lose that guaranteed cheddar.
It's my contract. They want to embarrass him in front of his wife, and probably the executive.
But it sounded like he might have been R. Kelly in there or something, because it was some consensual something going on.
It was mutual. It wasn't.
It was mutual and it was consensual, but it must have been some wild, out of bounds type of stuff going on. But go ahead, Dave.
Well, he got a fiance that everybody know, a movie star. He's with, Nia Long. Yeah, he's with Nia Long.
Well, everybody knows Nia Long is a truck driver, but go ahead.
Well, whatever you want to call her, but he's with her, got a kid with her.
Yeah, but obviously that's just one of those, what do you call those?
She
assuming
that she thinks she was in a monogamous relationship, because I read something today.
She is swinging for the same thing. She was probably sleeping with her. She was probably sleeping with her too. That's what I'm thinking with because they keep saying it was consensual. I think they were both probably sleeping with her or something.
Yeah. Nah, I don't believe she was doing that, because the friend who
she's in Hollywood.
A friend of Nia Long's, who I was reading her quotes, said that it was a player on the team that dropped dime on him to.
Are you serious?
That's what a friend of Nia Long's said in an interview that I read. That
what happened to the bro code, man? That goes back to Kobe, rest his soul. Shaq was doing it too, the whole league.
They dropped dime on him to the upper management and stuff, and then they had to act on it.
And it must have been a damn good player, because normally I would have just moved the player.
And actually, they said it is a good player, and that the player had differences with him throughout the season with his style of coaching. So,
two questions.
They never said who it was.
Two questions. Did Nia Long leave him? Break off the engagement. That's what I think.
The friend said that she was heartbroken and embarrassed because she didn't know.
And second question: is he a foundational Black American? Or is he some sort of immigrant?
I couldn't tell. I think he might be mixed with both. Maybe
his name is something.
Udoza.
Yeah.
Have you seen his? I seen a younger picture of him.
Yeah.
His head looks half the size that it is now. Yeah, it looks like he got HGH or something, man.
Oh, shit.
But it's like
he's rubbing the deer antler spray on his head.
That's how he's keeping up with the young intern.
I don't know, but I was like, man, Dad, what happened to him? All his weight went in his head.
Come on, he's been engaged to Nia Long for 10 years. That doesn't.
But I'm sure we're gonna hear a lot more in the next day or so, as far as like all of the details, since they officially suspended him for
Next
the whole
question.
year.
If they end up firing him after all the dirt comes out, are you interested in him in the Bulls organization?
Absolutely, bring him on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I know both you guys are pretty low on the Bulls head coach.
Yeah, I am. He's
so
a good coach.
he's gonna fix Alonzo Ball's knee.
No, he.
I mean, Alonzo.
He can maybe
can't
an organization that'll help us get to a better place. If we get some better players.
Alonzo Ball is a wounded velociraptor. All of them. Him and his brothers, they all got that same type of head. They remind me of velociraptors, all of them. And he.
They're from Rancho Cucamonga, so
he's got that pink gene in him. So
it's a shame for the Bulls.
He's had pink gene
because they gave him $80 million. Wasn't his contract like $80 million? So it's like, man, they overpaid him. But if he's healthy, he great defense, can score, but he ain't never gonna be healthy, man. I don't see it.
I can't say that they overpaid him, but based on
he's worth that if he's healthy.
Right.
But you overpaid him because it's his
contract.
Yeah, they should have put something in there for that type of stuff.
All right, y'all. Like, share, subscribe. Next hot topic. Sarver. Ace, we covered Sarver, Sad Sarver, Phoenix Suns team owner. We did a show on that. But I guess from the pressure from the sponsors and everything, he's decided to go ahead and sell the team. He does get to choose who he's selling it to, so he'll probably trade it to some sort of racist, sell it to some sort of racist or somebody he knows, and it's a wink deal. Yeah.
I'll take the $3 billion.
Yeah. We don't know what's in his heart. But y'all got any comments on this?
Yeah, because I read today he only owns. Well, I ain't gonna say only, but he owns a third of the team.
So that's the most stock of anybody else.
He's got the most stock, but it's other people that he'd have to get disapproving the sell of the team. Because if you remember one of the top minority owners, he said, "I don't want to be the sole or the majority owner. I just know that he can't be the owner with his viewpoints and his behavior." So
I think he gets to decide on who he sells his 33% shares to.
Probably.
I'll just take the $1 billion then. Shit.
Probably so.
I'll find something else to do. What's his other team he has?
Well, it's an WNBA team, so it'll be $1 billion and $1 because he'll probably get $2 for the WNBA team.
Yeah, and then he's got you remember with Donald Sterling, the Clippers wasn't worth, man. He got all that money for the Clippers.
Yeah.
When they forced him out.
Oh, because he sold it to Ballmer, and Ballmer's printing money.
Yeah. He overpaid for that. Hefty.
Well, it's the market, and that sets the market. So that was a few years ago now. So now the Phoenix is worth more money.
And the Clippers. All right, so small ups to Sarver. Let's push past that. Next hot topic: Goat. That's money. His ticket stub from his first NBA game, they're saying could auction. Just the stub, y'all. Just imagine, y'all probably went to the game. The damn stub. If you'd have put it in a photo album and hadn't lost it in Diesel, I know you collect stuff. $300K for the stub, bro. What y'all thoughts on that?
I don't know what I did with the stubs of the Jordan games. Damn it. If I would have known that, I would have kept them all.
Certain things, a lot of people save stuff like that. When they go
do.
To games,
I save stuff like that, but I just didn't go to the first game. Go ahead.
Yeah, different events, things of that nature. I know people, I'm a big horse racing fan. Certain races they go to.
Oh, you be gambling, huh?
No, I love the sport, whether it's gambling or not. But I've seen people go to races, and when it's a big race day with a well-known horse, and they'll bet a ticket and they'll never cash. When he wins, they never cash it. They just keep the ticket.
Even if they don't cash it in.
Yeah, they just hold it. Yeah. Yeah, almost just like, with the souvenir stuff with Bulls. Man, can you imagine, just think of all them times back in the 80s and 90s?
See that? That's from Jordan's. That's the drink list. Michael
Well,
Jordan's restaurant.
Yeah, or like, remember how Rodman used to take off his shirts all the time? Throwing them in the stands, throwing them. People say that stuff.
Well, hell yeah, you're going to say that.
Yeah.
Well, there
But
was
the ticket stub, man.
300.
Jersey, I think, from Jordan's last game, that his jersey went for $10 million.
Yeah, that was some millions. 300 stacks for a stub, though. Like, okay, Diesel, I can see what you're saying. If you had the ticket and you never went and you saved the whole damn ticket, they went to the game and kept the stub, bro. Them stubs be all over the damn floor, bro.
Yeah. They, man, I give you another, you'll see me when I use example when I went to I go to the Kentucky Derby. When people throw their programs on the floor and stuff like that because they be drinking and drunk.
Yeah.
Give me all of that. Put it in my bag, saving this. Give me that. Give me them cups. Give me them glasses. They don't want no more. I keep all of that stuff.
I'd have put this. I'd have called the auction places and put this Jordan's drink list up. Hey,
and I was watching Shannon
get $300K
Sharp.
for the stub. I should be able to get $5K for the thing here.
Shannon Sharp was arguing with Skip Bayless because he's a LeBron nut holder. And he was trying to say, well, when LeBron does something, he's gonna get probably this many million for Skip's like, get out of here. Skip Blood, he's Mike's BFF.
Yeah.
he loves Jordan. So he was like, but I don't know if they was arguing over this ticket stub. I think they were arguing over
probably that jersey.
Piece.
Probably that jersey.
I think it was a jersey from game one.
And he's trying to say that LeBron stuff is going to be worth more than Jordan's down the line.
Yeah, he was like, well, if LeBron takes his game, whatever jersey, and he sells it, Skip's like, that was only the game one jersey. He's like, that wasn't even the flu game jersey or
right.
So when they won a title game.
It's like, meaningless crap, LeBron. Right.
What about LeBron's hair?
His hair might be worth a lot. He needs to start, because it's falling out. Big ups to LeBron.
Yeah. Can you imagine if people had some of Jordan's hair from back in the 80s? Oh, God.
There was a video showing LeBron as shaving his head. I don't know if it was real or not.
Yeah, they think it was Photoshop because LeBron was doing
think he
goofy
was trolling
shit.
himself.
Yeah. But he needs to cut that shit off. All right. How Justin feels is Vince Evans 2.0. Next topic: the Celtics finally honor Bill Russell. Of course, his jersey has already been, retired and in the rafters, but they're placing his number 6 in the parquet, in the paint. Any thoughts on that, y'all?
Yeah, you should have gave him his damn flowers while he was here.
I agree.
Yeah, and he lived a long time. He never
correct
his flowers. And you guys know how I kind of feel about when we always talking about who's the greatest player, and I think they should always
throw him in there.
Well, not only throw him in there, but separated by eras, because every era is different. So somebody from the 60s, somebody from the 70s, somebody from the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s. You should always, because you should never try to put everybody in the same thing, because everything was different. I don't even think, how many games did they used to play back then in his era?
60. But I think and there wasn't that many teams, but he shot underhanded free throws. But I'm going to say this. Yeah. I'm going to say this, though. And then I'm going to throw it to you, Ace. I changed my top 5. He's on my he's my center. When me and Ace did a show on it, and I went back and looked at all he did and his stats, and not just the social stuff, but just on the court. Won at every level, took San Francisco to the chip in college, and nobody knew who the hell they were. So, he's my 5, and the way he defended Wilt, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he's my center on my team. But what's your thoughts on the Celtics honoring him or anything else, Ace?
Well, I mean, it depends on where it comes from and the Celtics heart. You're honoring Bill Russell in the same week. You're suspending the coach for having consensual relations with someone in the office.
Well, they're suspending the coach so we can stop talking about Sarver. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah. Sarver can take it up the bum or whatever he does as the misogynistic, racist owner of the Phoenix Suns. But I believe that it's a move that the entire league can make. If they're going to retire his jersey, why don't you put a 6 on everybody's court? Along when in the future, when a captain dies or he leaves this plane, you got to put his number down. So
at least for like a season or something, put like a 6 somewhere in the circle or by the free throw, something to acknowledge. You know
on
what I
their
mean?
right,
jerseys.
Yeah, something.
Entire league, absolutely. Since you're going to retire his number, it's never going to be worn again. Put it on every player's jersey.
Yeah, his numbers should be retired. Nobody should be able to wear that in the league ever. I've been saying Michael Jordan. Nobody should be wearing 23 either, but or 34 in the NFL.
And you know what he says? You know what? Every time they bring that up to Jordan, because I remember when LeBron said we should retire Jordan's number. Nobody should be. And Mike said, "No, you can't say that because before you talk about me, you got to go back to what about Bill Russell and those guys." I remember that.
Right.
Like
but see, Mike, that's why I like Mike. He always gave it up to the older players like that, man. He never said he was better than them. He was like you, Diesel. He said you got to go by errors. Mike never wouldn't have came in the league talking about I'm better than LeBron James or LeBron played before him. And that's the shit LeBron was doing. He ain't done it in the last 15 years. I think he learned how that was rubbing people the wrong. He's being interviews and I want to be better than Mike, and all this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Show respect, show humility.
Correct.
Don't come across as cocky. If you break records and stuff, it'll speak for yourself. Your players speak for yourself when you're done.
You're a midshipman. You can't come right off the basic training. I'm gonna be better than this person, or I'm a noob and I'm gonna be better than this. I'm gonna be better than Bill Russell as a member of Kappa Alpha Psi. That's gonna rub everybody the wrong way. Fuck Elder Watson Diggs, the founder. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be greater than him. Like, what the fuck? Ace, you're in your organization. You know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck does that?
Nobody.
If you look at him today,
nobody.
He does almost what we were talking about with Brady, how you almost want to fix your team up.
He does that.
To be able to win regardless of you. You know what I mean? Whether you doing good or not, your team gonna be so good.
Listen, at this point in LeBron's career, he should be playing the 3 or the 4. I'd have him at the 4. He wouldn't be running around there pointing my team and dribbling around and doing all that stuff he was doing in his 20s. Right. Man, he would be stuffing the stats at the 4 position, bro. All right, but let's push on because we don't want to get off into LeBron James because we're down our last 2 topics. How Justin Fields is Vince Evans 2.0. You guys like, share, subscribe. Before we get that, Justin Fields, a.k.a. Just in Time, enrages the pink stink by saying that majority of the Bears, which majority black, it's saying that the Bears, which are majority black, put in more work than the pink fans. And that went viral, and you guys are in the local feed. They interviewed him right after the game. He lost. I played sports. I knew exactly where he was coming from. This shit hurts me more than it hurts you guys because I'm doing it.
Right, absolutely.
Why couldn't the pink stink understand this? I mean, I went in the chat, Ace, and I told them, if you work hard for your money like we all do, and you don't like the fucking product, you got a choice not to spend your money on it. If you got season tickets, you can sell those games week by week or sell your season ticket package. But you guys go ahead. Enough of my yapping.
Well, I mean, you got a lot of participation trophy guys that I got to say butthurt again. Butthurt about Justin Fields' comments.
The algorithm's going to be all over. It's going to take them 3 days to approve this. But go ahead, bro.
About Justin's comments about, playing in a rivalry game, not doing well, not being able to succeed at your position. And you're going to interview me right after the game, and I'm supposed to be diplomatic and, flowery and give the best answers. No, I lost. Me and my teammates were working. You can't tell me you can feel what I'm feeling at this time. So
Well, Ace, if Drop Dead Gorgeous, Tommy Terrific made the same statement, do you think it would have had the same sting? I just don't think white people, as much as hard as we've worked in this country, I don't think they respect our work, and they don't like us saying we work harder than them. But do you guys think if Tommy Terrific, Drop Dead Gorgeous, blonde haired, MAGA hat, said the same thing, that it would have even been it?
Yeah, but listen to what they asked him. You come asking them about the fans right after you. How do you think the fans feel? Man, what the fans? What about how we feeling? We just lost this game.
That's what he was trying to say. That's all he was.
They can't hurt more than we do. If we the ones prepping to do all of this, what you asking me about the fans? Yeah. We love the fans, but they ain't. What we doing is our livelihood out here. Yeah. What we putting into it. Yeah. Blood, sweat, and tears, and we gonna get, like we doing today, alienated by the press and fans.
Diesel, it's like coming home from a battle in a war, and it's like coming home after a war that you lost in a battle, and they're like, "Well, what do you think about how the civilians feel?" And
you warmongers, like, you're warmongers. They come in.
The guy, his arm blown off. What the hell are you talking about?
Right.
Yeah,
man.
It's.
But Justin had to apologize. Did y'all see his apology?
Yeah, all he said was, "Man, I love the fans. There's nothing against the fans. I ain't trying to blast the fans. It's like." But what he said is, I would have said, but my statement is no cap. It's all feeling of what's going on.
He did kind of say that, because he said, he didn't say it in those words about the no cap, but he said what he did was, I wasn't taking away from what fans do every day and how hard they work. Because we the city that works, but people don't realize that has nothing to do with how hard we grind. Right. That has to do with the city that works. You pay me, I pay you, you scratch my back, I scratch your back, the nepotism. That's where that whole phrase, the city that works, came from. Has nothing to do with blue collar and we're going to do this and that. Yeah. But he was saying, though, he was acknowledging how hard fans work at whatever it is. And he said what you said, Diesel, just like we work hard at our craft. That's I had no problem with it whatsoever, and I just thought that if he was drop dead gorgeous, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, that everybody would have understood what he meant, and they would have been able to make excuses for him.
Yeah. Or if he was Jim McMahon and said it in.
Oh, yeah, the punky QB.
Hey, lost against the Packers. He can say whatever the hell he wants to say.
Man, listen, I wouldn't be mad if they caught him on the bench with the receivers or the line, and if he was not necessarily like, but if he was in their face like, come on, guys, we about to do this. You're going to get them blocks, run this route. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be mad at all. Like take over, do that, push him, make him
and
succeed.
I think he'd be doing more of that had they not screwed him last year. He's going to grow into that. And he even said, though, y'all, that he's waking up an hour earlier now. He said he used to get up at 6 a.m. Now he's up at 5 a.m., putting in a little
process.
More.
You got to trust the process.
Correct. And it's like playing with a bum team, Diesel. You know what I'm saying? I hate to compare military, but if it's a unit that they ain't got it all, you can only go so hard with pushing them, because these cats ain't those cats and they not there yet. You know what I'm saying? But he's gonna get there. I think he's gonna get there. And Ace was saying they don't even have all their guys yet. You know what I'm saying? And I think he's
still $100 million under salary cap.
Man,
a pick coming next year. And it's a process. And
you know what? It's a process, but the NFL.
Y'all want to win this year? They're not gonna win.
It's not win this year. It's
showing progress, right? But this is week 2, and they already got 1 win. Nobody even expected that.
But what it is, and again, that's why I said I'm not necessarily concerned with the wins or losses, because to be honest with you, the losses actually be more beneficial for us in the long run.
Draft.
Yeah. So, but I want to see the progression, and the progression, no matter who or what we had previously. He can't look the same or worse than what it was last year, regardless of what we got.
It's different.
No, but this is how they judge. Like
Who
he
judge?
hasn't.
Correct, because the coaches
whole-
are all saying that he looks better than he did last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying he's got to, because it's 2 games. And this last game wasn't good for him. You know, regardless of who fault it was, the play call and whatever, it didn't look good for him. And he can't look the same or worse than last year as far as progression. He's going to have to show something.
And he will.
And he has.
We
And he
hope.
has. He
think
showed
every
in the
other
second
game-
half of that San Fran game. Go ahead, Ace. My bad.
I
Go
think
ahead.
every other game will be looking bad as he's learning this new offense, as he's getting players that want to play football. But they're $100 million under the salary cap. That means you don't have a good team.
Correct.
You don't have any star players.
Correct. And as the schedule lightens up, as it will, you're going to see this progress, man. You know, NFL is funny from week to week, bro. You know, one game you might put up 35, 40, and the next game you might score 10.
I'll give you an example. The quarterback for Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence, right? They looked awful last year as a team. For the most part, they were horrible. But you could see his.
But he played all the games. He was given the reins from the beginning. He was groomed in his first year. He is playing in the same system as he played in last year. He had a team built around him coming into this season to help him. You know, so I agree with you. And he was a number 1 overall draft pick.
And they're still 1-1, just like the Bears.
And they're
But
still
it's not,
1-1.
but again, it's not about. Remember, I told you the team looked horrible last year.
I get you. Trevor Lawrence
is horrible week 1.
Trevor Lawrence is drop dead gorgeous. He's tall with the long blonde hair. I get it.
He's showing the kind of progression that you need, where you're going, okay, it's not our quarterback.
Are they
You
going
see
to
what
win
I'm
the Super
saying?
Bowl this year?
No, they ain't winning no Super Bowl. But
Neither
it
are
ain't, what?
Neither are we.
No, exactly. Because if you trying to crown them, go ahead and crown them.
He's saying they're showing progress, but you can't ignore the fact though that he's got the same regime that he had the year.
Well, he's got a whole new regime because remember they got rid of old boy,
the coach.
Yeah, Urban Meyer. They got rid of him.
Yeah, but he's got the same GM and all of that. And they built and then they drafted to put things in place for him. And the Bears didn't have any draft capital coming into the season.
Now, the capital that they did have, because remember, they traded Matt to get some draft capital. They didn't exactly use it the best way. You got a damn defensive coordinator for your head coach.
But the Mac draft capital is for this season. It's this year's pick.
No, they got like 2 picks for Matt. They got like a 3rd rounder, which I think
I thought it was for this season, this draft.
No, that was the draft we were just in.
Okay.
But they didn't. The head coach is a defensive guy. He is not. And if you look at all of the dudes that this guy drafted, the majority were defensive players.
But he said that his strategy in the draft is to draft the best player because they are so talent deficient. So even the draft professionals were saying that Poles did a great job with what he drafted. I mean, you want him to go out and just draft receivers for the sake of, or draft offensive linemen for the sake of drafting offensive linemen and pass up on potential Pro Bowlers who could be Pro Bowlers in 2-3 years.
I'll put it like this. Fields is your quarterback who you already got. You need to be building around him first. You don't need to be building around no defense when we got rid of some of the defensive guys, but them guys should have been the back of the draft, but you got them defensive guys. You should have been getting any lineman that you could to help them, and at least they did get the one dude from Tennessee who ain't played yet, right? What's his name? I think you mentioned. Yeah, they got him. He ain't played yet. But you could have got another tight end.
That's this next draft. And they thought they had a tight end.
You could have did that this year to help his development.
We're not going to keep drafting tight ends, man.
What you want? You want to keep Clement, huh?
I'm
Yeah,
just,
he
like-
tight ends on the roster last year.
yeah, I'm tired of drafting tight ends with the first, second, third round draft picks.
Hey, those dudes played them vets we had that couldn't block. They couldn't run block or nothing, but they at least they could run and catch the ball. What did we? Jimmy Graham or old Jimmy Graham and
Yeah,
Yeah.
$9 million a year.
hey, you
Yeah.
had to pay him. You had to pay him, but hey, you could have
Yeah.
drafted another one.
I agree with what he did in the draft this year, and I think Ace was trying to say this. This year is like a throwaway year, man. But yes, and they want Justin to show progression, and they're coaching him up to that. But this season, they're
You
not.
fuck around and ruin his ass by not helping him this year with just something. It ain't even got to be nothing. You mess around and ruin him.
Well, they helped him with Getsy, because Getsy is a quarterback's whisperer, so to speak. You watch horse racing. Yeah, he's a quarterback whisperer, and he's been working with Justin time. So you give him this season of just getting his footwork right, like you said. They changed his throwing motion, something you pointed out. You know, they're working with all of that, and this is week 2 in a new system. It takes six weeks before everybody in the unit knows what the hell they're doing.
The only receiver on that team that I seen that looked like so far in these 2 games, to me, I might be forgetting one, but it looks like he belongs in the NFL is the dude with the St. Brown, I think is his name.
Oh yeah, Marsonia St. Brown and something like that.
He's the only one out of all
Aquaminius.
whoever I think that's his name. Whoever we have as receiver, he's the only one that looked like he belonged in the NFL.
But our guys are hurt, man. The guy they got from the
Well, I ain't talking about the hurt guys. I'm talking about whoever's been playing. Whoever's been playing, he's the only one.
Pettis is a good receiver. Him and Justin.
Pringle's been all right.
Pringle I think this game was his first game back.
Oh,
he didn't play the first game. Pringle.
He caught a touchdown.
In the first game.
He caught a touchdown.
Did he play in the first game?
Yeah.
He caught a touchdown in the first game.
Yeah, that was probably his only catch.
It was, I think.
He caught a touchdown in the preseason.
Yeah.
No, but I thought he had got hurt in the preseason or something.
No, he caught a touchdown in the preseason. The guy,
he came back, I think, for week 4 in the preseason.
He's where he's supposed to be on routes, and a lot of the players are not where they're supposed to be, and they can't catch the ball. So that's why when he ran that play all the way to the left side and threw back to the right side, he knew Pettis was going to be there because he's where he's supposed to be on his route. So. Same
thing with that deep ball they threw to the number 1. He wasn't where he was supposed to be. You know, and that's what I'm saying. They're all learning a new system, and you got to give them some time. You know, when they practice, they don't do shit no more. You know what I'm saying? They don't. Yeah, they practice for 90 fucking minutes, bro.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I'm hopeful that they don't ruin him this year, because this is his key year as far as his development. This is his key year. It ain't next year. This year will make or break. Is he going to be like a career backup or somebody that's out the league after a contract or 2? Or is he going to be a legitimate franchise guy based on how he progresses?
He's going to be a legitimate franchise guy.
He gave Mr. Trubisky 5 damn years. This is the second game of his second season. His 12th start.
And his 12th start.
Right. And again, the way the NFL is today, Trubisky had the fortune of
we knew he was
luck.
No,
but he was lucky because remember, we actually made the playoffs a couple of times with him.
Yeah, the best.
You know what I mean? So he was.
Yeah, they had the defense.
He was, and that's what I'm saying. He was fortunate for the situation that it didn't put the onus on him, so to speak.
But don't you think the Bears coaching staff is talking to Fields about everything that's going on around them? You know, the fact that we're $100 million under the cap, the fact that we're working with you and we're building this up. This is the long game. This isn't the short game. Do you think that they're not having these conversations that you're having right now with their franchise quarterback, so that they don't lose?
They may be having those conversations, but I'm telling you, it don't take nothing for them to go in one day and be like, you know what, fuck this dude, man. Yeah, we're gonna have to make this move. Yeah, hey Justin, man, some things didn't happen that we can't keep going this route. We decide to go another.
Madden. It's the NFL. He's on a rookie contract, and he's special.
They can bench him.
Speaking of Justin Fields, let's move over to the final topic, y'all. That co-producer, the executive producer, is looking at me funny. All right, how Justin Fields is Vince Evans 2.0. Now, I looked at Evans' career stats, and they were awful. 50.6, surprisingly awful. Completion percentage. He did throw for 9,485 yards. He had 52 TDs. He had a 63 rating. He rushed for 1,129 yards over 15 seasons. Now, you compare that to Justin Fields' current stats. So, Evans had 50.6 percentage. Fields is 58.4% completion percentage. He's already thrown for 2,061 yards, 9 TDs. His rating is 72.8, and he's played a total of 14 games. His rushing yards is 468, so he's almost caught Evans, and he's run for 3 TDs. Now, during the time, this is a quote from Evans. During the time that I came up, every time you got in the game as a black quarterback, you had to be damn near perfect, flawless. That was not the case with my pink counterparts. Of course, he said white. We'd be in film sessions and see the mistakes the pinks were making, and there wouldn't be a glaring criticism. That wasn't the case with me. Isn't that the premise of our show, Ace?
Yes.
That's the premise of. Although I looked at his numbers, and his numbers were trash. His numbers were trash, bro.
Well, they were running a system for pink quarterbacks. They had no variation.
You can't blame the system.
No. Let him finish. Let him finish.
Quarterback in the NFL, and you want him to stay in a damn pocket?
Right. I'm surprised he only rushed for 1,000 yards. The guy was running a 4.3, bro, and he was big too.
Yeah.
He only ran for 1,000 yards.
You had white, pink offensive coordinators that had no trust in this guy, calling plays, same plays for damn Jim McMahon, or the other bums they were running out there, Steve Fuller, or those other bums. What's the guy, Flutie, that they had out there? You got Vince McMahon on the damn team.
Oh, they used to let Flutie run. Run, though. All right.
Now, listen.
Running the 5.
He had Vince Evans had a big arm. And
he did.
And that was it. He wasn't accurate.
No,
right?
He ran a 4.4 speed. He ran a 4.4.
No, he could run, but he wasn't accurate.
Can we look up his numbers in the CFL?
He wasn't accurate. In the NFL, he wasn't accurate. He was throwing picks. He wasn't the answer at quarterback. Now, did he probably get treated wrong and unfairly? Sure.
Those bums they had out there catching passes couldn't catch.
From word go, they was treating him like they treating Justin Fields right now. Questioning his ability to get the team in and out of the huddle. Yeah. Questioning his ability to throw and all of this. And, he wasn't getting the favor and the leniency that other quarterbacks are given.
Throwing the ball to Brian Bashnaker. Who the hell is that?
Brian Bashnaker.
He had Brian
The
Bashnaker.
receiver was slower than him.
Kenny Marjorie. Hey, if you had Vince Evans as your quarterback back then, 3 and out.
The Raiders had him. When he came, when Vince came,
3 and out,
well, Vince did say during my research, he said the biggest mistake he made was taking the bag and going to the CFL. He said that, but when he wanted to come back to the league, again, nobody wanted him. Nick Foles, they all want him. You know what I mean? But Vince said that the only person who would take a chance on him was Al Davis.
Hey, how long was, because he had he liked to throw the deep ball. He figured he got a big arm. We could throw the deep ball. How many years did he play with the Bears?
I'll double check it, but he played for the Raiders for a grip. I'll double check it.
But he was back. He was backing up on the Raiders. He wasn't starting for like two.
No, he was backup. But he played a lot of games because whoever was in front of him was getting hurt. I don't know if it was Snake
Jim
or what.
Plunkett. It was Jim Plunkett.
He's getting broke up. He played some games though, but he was the backup. That's what he said in the article.
Yeah, with the Bears, hell, you could partially blame them for shortening. If he played more than one season as the Bears starter, you could blame him for helping shorten Sweetness's career. Because Peyton was getting beat up left, right, up the middle, because he can't throw the ball.
That's offensive coordinator.
No, I don't blame the coordinator.
And Noah Jackson. You know how many times he got holding up? They didn't have offensive line. He had a bunch of bums blocking for him. But he was Sweetness.
So he played for the Bears from 77 through 83. He played for the Chicago Blitz in 84. He crossed, I think that's why the league didn't want him, but remember he was a scab. He crossed the
picket line.
lines. Yeah, that's a no-no in Chicago. You know, we're a Union City.
Yeah.
So that means 7. Now, I wonder what years he was starting.
For the Bears?
Yeah.
I know. Well, he was drafted in the first round, so.
Because I know one season where he was like the primary quarterback, but I can't remember how many seasons he started.
I think he started like 3-4 years, from what I remember.
They didn't have any blocking, and they didn't have an offense for him, and didn't have any damn wide receivers.
I mean, Ace, I was going into that too.
And they ain't had no quarterback with him either.
Because he career-wise, he threw 74 interceptions versus 52 touchdowns.
Yeah.
At some point, you got to figure it out. I'm surprised he played that long. But especially being a coon, colored. But he's rich now, you guys. He's a real estate mogul in San Fran. And you know that value? He was smart enough to start buying that property. That man is rich.
That stuff was sky high.
Imagine they had him running around like Lamar Jackson back in the 70s. Instead of throwing the damn ball.
Well, you know, the scrambler back then was Fran Tarkenton.
Yeah.
Except he didn't scramble to run. He scrambled to throw. That was the only difference. What Russell Wilson is probably the closest thing when Russell was at his quote unquote prime to Fran Tarkenton. Scramble to throw.
Okay. My bad. He was a 6th round pick. He's the only Bears player, quarterback, to score a perfect game, quarterback rating in a game. And he did that against the Packers in 1980, completing 18 of 22 passes for 316 yards and 3 touchdowns. The game marked the first time since 70 that a Bears quarterback threw for more than 300 yards. The league was different then.
Yeah.
They selected him overall in the 6th round. Evans was the 4th player drafted by the Bears behind a tackle, a defensive back, and a tight end named Robin Earl. He made the team as a backup behind Bob Avellini. Yeah. Evans did not attempt a pass his rookie season. Instead, he was initially used as a kick returner.
Yeah.
The Bears under coach Jack Pardee went 9-5 and made the playoffs.
Yeah.
However, they were crushed by the Cowboys 37-7 in the playoffs. Evans finally attempted his first NFL pass in 1978 coming off the bench late in a 40-7 blowout. Put the coon in. Both Avellini and Mike Phipps were ineffective against the Chargers. Evans only completed 1 of 3 passes with 1 interception. The following season under new head coach Neil Armstrong, that's the guy, first man who walked on the moon, the Bears went 10-6 with Evans getting a chance as a starter. So he went 10-6.
Yeah, he did.
However, no. The Bears were the following season under new head coach Neil Armstrong, the Bears went 10-6 with Evans getting a chance as a starter. Correct. However, he went 0-3. So I don't know
they benched him.
Avellini lost his starting job to Phipps, and Evans was soon promoted ahead of Avellini. In 1980s, Evans was a starter for 10 games. He went 5-5 during that stretch. One of those games was the infamous Thanksgiving game in which the Bears won in overtime and running back Dave Williams returned the opening kickoff in overtime, 95 yards for a TD. It was Evans himself that had tied the game when he scored on the 4-yard run. I remember that. However, the Bears missed the playoffs and finished 7-9. In 81, Evans started all 16 games. He threw for 2,354 yards, 11 touchdowns, and 20 interceptions.
Right.
When he became the starter.
Who was the receivers on that team?
I got to say this, man. From what I'm hearing, Ace, I was a homer back then, and I was a kid, and I didn't know better. The guy, he looks like he was a bum. I mean, but I hear you, Ace. They weren't using him right. And I remember the Bears media was talking about he just stand in the pocket and stand there and get hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And whenever he ran, they got mad. I do remember that.
Well, you know what? Because now that you got to remember now, because it was different when you ran at that time, they could hurt you and get away with it. So
yeah, the slide. They hit you even when you slid.
That's why they used to be like, don't run. They didn't want quarterbacks to run. That's why Fran targeted. He would just scramble and not run.
He wasn't running the 4.40.
He didn't have to.
And these are the original quarterback position, the quarterback. That's why they call it a back. The quarterback ran more than the halfback and the fullback in most systems.
Originally, yeah, but it changed.
Now under Mike Dicker,
Walter Payton back there in a read option. You telling me them guys wouldn't win?
Read option.
Fine.
Yeah, if you got them throwing 20 interceptions versus 10 touchdown passes, you got to change.
They ain't gonna win because they're gonna put 10 in the box.
I'd have had
two back.
They should have ran They should have ran a wildcat with him. But now the Bears under Dicker restructured the quarterback rotation. Phipps was released, and Evans was a backup again. This time the punky QB, Jim McMahon, who the Bears selected in the first round of the '82 draft. Evans would start 3 games for the Bears, going 1-2. But his time in Chicago was over. He balked at the idea of sharing the starting role with McMahon. He balked at the idea of sharing the starting role with the draft pick and turned down an offer to remain. Instead, Evans jumped to the USFL. He signed a contract that was reported in an area of $5 million. That was a lot of money back then, but Chicago
it was.
It made him one of the they paid him that? The contract made Evans one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league. He was signed by the new team owners. Yeah, let's look at his USFL numbers. But y'all go ahead and we can wrap this up. But let me just see his USFL numbers. I think he was running around like a bat out of hell.
Read option.
Yeah.
I mean, he was in a system that wasn't. Dicker wasn't even he didn't have a good system for Jim McMahon. McMahon pretty much made whatever them damn plays they were calling in Chicago work.
Dicker was an overrated coach.
Yeah, well,
he wasn't that good of a coach. He was prehistoric in terms of what he liked to call for offenses.
He wasn't calling anything.
He wanted to run the ball every game. Run the ball.
And then he'll tell everybody his game plan. We're going to run the ball. We're going to keep running.
We'll run right through that wall.
Right. If they can stop it, they can stop it. That's why Willie Gault would sometimes run down the damn field wide open.
And then he wanted to kill
the damn box.
He wanted to kill McMahon because he was the perfect quarterback
he was the only one that had the balls to call
his plays. He was like, I ain't calling that. These guys got the whole team sitting in the box.
Yeah.
You want to run right
there. He'd wink at Willie Gault and be like, just run straight down the field.
Yeah, I'm going to do a play action. I'm going to throw it right to you.
All right, so
Peyton would be like, hey, keep calling that, man. I don't want to run in that no way.
So here's a synopsis of a short synopsis of his USFL. Evans threw for 4,883 yards in his career. He completed 357 of 736 passes. Now, this is with lesser talent, Ace. Yeah. Against lesser talent. He had 26 touchdowns and 38 interceptions. He also ran for 427 yards and 73 attempts with 13 rushes. Listen, he had the Penguins against him. But I'm just going to have to say, on the field, he was a bum, Ace. I can't.
It was the same coaching. It's the 70s.
He took that $5 million he made in the USFL, bought him some real estate when he got to San Fran, and he's rich now, and God bless him. One thing about him, though, they had a black quarterbacks club then, and they
He
was
was
about
an interception machine.
Yeah. I don't believe in the offense in the 70s. They were still calling him a coon as he was coming out of the damn locker room.
Hey, that's
yeah.
You probably believed in Bob Avellini and some
Mike
of those other
Phipps.
bums that were running out there for the Bears.
Well,
Hey.
one thing, he was a
Throwing
6th
more
round.
picks.
He was a 6th round pick too, like Tom
He
Brady.
averaged like two interceptions a game, man.
All right, but they treating Justin Fields like they treated him, and I think it's unwarranted. Justin Fields' numbers are already better than his, and he wasn't drafted in the 6th round.
No, he's no Vince Evans. No.
You got to give Fields a chance, man.
Yeah.
No, I'm good. I just don't want them to sabotage, whether it's directly or indirectly, and I think it'll be indirectly because it makes no sense for them to do it directly. I don't want them to sabotage this guy because I'm telling you, this is his key year. This is going to decide where he goes.
I think it's next year. I think next year is his key year.
This is 12th game starting.
Once they spend that money that Ace is talking about they got, and they bring in those new draft picks, you solidify the line. He's got a year in the system. He knows the plays. It's second nature to him. They've expanded the playbook. I honestly think next year, in his situation, would be his key year. Had he had this year been his rookie year, then I would even still say the same thing. It's going to be his 3rd year.
If this was his rookie year, then yeah, it would be next year. But this ain't his rookie year. Quarterbacks, you get a couple of years. And I don't care if you started 10 games last year, whatever, that's considered a season for them to see how you look and how you progress. This is his key year in terms of his development. It's gonna show you.
But he's getting it. You see on the sidelines when he sits down now, he's looking at film. They got the papers in his hand. None of that was going on last year, bro. Even when he wasn't starting, they wasn't teaching him.
I believe that, but if it takes him, I wouldn't be mad if he was like over there with the coordinator. Man, fuck that shit. No, you need to be calling this. We need to be doing this. He's got to. Hey, he's got to put up the ball. I'm telling you, he's got to put the ball up. He's got to. How you gonna be able to evaluate him if you're running the ball 40 times a game?
That's how we're gonna win.
You're not gonna win.
That's our best chance at winning.
But we're not gonna win. We already said that. We ain't gonna win this year. You ain't winning nothing.
So modern day baseball is swinging for the fences. If you had a bunch of guys that couldn't hit the ball over the fence, would you still have them swinging for the fences?
Well, I didn't get a chance to comment on that. They've been putting the balls in these like humidifier type things before each game. Almost like remember how they did with footballs before you kick them now? You can't hold the ball and do all that stuff they used to do before you kick field goals and stuff. They've been putting the baseballs in these things before each game the whole season. Now they said,
why?
But we did. That's what they said. They, for whatever reason, and they said that the runs was gonna go down, but they were like, well, we didn't change anything with the manufacturer. No, you just sitting them in this thing over here, this incubator that's changing how. But
they never told the league or the press why they're sitting them in a humidifier.
They did. I didn't read it. If they did. I don't know what the particular is. I read Bleacher Report. Look it up on Bleacher Report. It came out when the season was started. Home runs are down.
Look these up.
Like almost a run a game from the previous year. It was like 2 point something.
It has nothing to do with pitching. Nothing to do with pitching.
I'm talking about hitting.
You
mean the sport?
But I'm saying
it makes the game more boring. They're trying to get more fans. You see the rules change.
Right. So why would they? So why would they put the ball in the humidifier?
Go ask them. Go ask them. I ain't doing it.
That's why I got to do more research. Give me your final words on these topics, Diesel, and then I'm gonna throw it to Ace so we can close it out, bro.
So what's the main topic you want me to comment on? Which one?
You
We
can
done talked
summarize
about a
on
lot of
anything, but we were talking about the Vince Evans. But you could your final words could be anything, bro. It could be about the
Well,
baseballs.
I don't want to talk too much about Evans because I'll start laughing.
Big ups to Vince Evans, though, man. He's a
yeah.
legend in the game, man.
Yeah. So I'll do. Oh, let me get on the Sox. I didn't really get a chance to get on the Sox, so I'll put some of them in there. The whole management staff, and I don't mean the upper management, like the GM and stuff, because they got the players. It's everything that's in your dugout, from your head coach to the third base coach, your first base coach. Some of the most incompetent play I've ever seen the White Sox do, from miss balls, miss signs, running when you shouldn't run, buffoonery play in the outfield and the infield, guys always hurt, just a total cluster of stuff. And they got to set all of them on the dynamite and get a whole new staff, as far as I'm concerned, in terms of the management. For the Bears and Fields, hey man, I just want to see the progression. Just keep progressing. Again, to me, this is his key year. It ain't next year. Because I'm telling you, the weight is going to come down if he shows no type of upward trend this whole season. It won't be good, trust me. So hopefully he keeps going however they need to do it. It ain't his fault that they, hired a defensive guy when they should have hired an offensive-minded guy to help his development in terms of your head coach. And that's it. That's all I got for right now.
Yeah, all right. Nice final words. Ace, I'm going to throw it to you.
Piggybacking on the White Sox situation, they need to definitely make a decision on Tony La Russa. The season's basically over with the losses they've achieved in the last few games. So right when we get to the end of the season, he should announce his retirement due to health reasons and start the search for the next coach. Or manager. I don't know. I know Reinsdorf is faithful to his old coaches, his guys, but he's got a bad ticker. You can't clear him to go out there and manage, and he mess around and die in the dugout. So it's time to move on and get a fresh baseball mind that's ready to manage this team. Vince Evans and the Bears. Yes, his stats show a lot of interceptions, but I believe that he was just an assistant that didn't cater to his talents. If you put Lamar Jackson in the system that he was in back in the 70s, the poorest offensive line that they had, and stacking 10 in the box, you may have similar situations with those bum receivers that they had out there running for the Bears. So, hey, Justin Fields is a process, and learning a new offense, becoming an NFL quarterback, and getting a team together. They have talented players, but they need a lot more. They need to get their line together as far as cohesion, and they need some receivers, and they need some tight ends. If they're counting on Cole Kmet to be a second-round pick or whatever the hell, wherever he was drafted at in the second round, I think they need to go a different direction, just like the guy that they drafted before him that's in Miami, the 6'8" guy.
Yeah, how's he doing in Miami?
Yeah, he's a bum. So, sometimes it's not it's not a guy you're going to find in the draft. Sometimes it's an established player that maybe is ready to step up to the next level. So, the Bears, like I said, have a lot of cap room between the draft next year and using their money wisely. I think, the progression will be next year as far as the entire team. Justin is doing well this year as far as guiding his team, talking to his coaches, and doing a lot more than he was doing last year on the coach N-word, just coming out of the game and looking at the Jumbotron and shaking his hand. Yeah. So let's go Bears. We got a win coming this week. Keep fighting, and 8-8, I'd be happy with for this particular season.
It's 17 games.
8-9, 9-8, whatever. Somewhere around the Mendoza mark. So I believe they can get there if they keep progressing. They got a lot of depth with their average players. So as teams lose their star players, the Bears are going to be right there fighting as long as they keep playing hard.
They'll come down to our level, huh?
Absolutely. Bear down.
Get 5 wins. That'll be perfect for the draft.
Bear down.
5 wins. You must be a Packer fan.
5 wins, you getting a good draft pick.
They're going to get good draft pick in the top 15. So it's just a matter of what you do with it. They had a top pick when they drafted Mitch Trubisky, Mitchell Palooza, and you see what that got us. So
You had the wrong person picking the people. That's right.
Let him finish his final words, Diesel.
Hopefully we got some people that can evaluate talent in the draft. The guys that were picked up this year are, I think we'll progress to be good, decent players, definitely NFL players. Now we just got to keep building and stacking. So go Bears. Hopefully this happens within the next year. The system develops and they buy into the system of the new coach. That's my final word.
All right, well put, gentlemen. My final words on this is Tom Brady, Father Time has finally caught up to you, to the regular media out there, because this ain't that network. Give my man Russell Wilson a break. He's a Hall of Famer. Stop blaming him for everything and not giving him the same excuses that you're able to give those other quarterbacks. I've heard enough on this show and other shows about that quarterback in Cincinnati, and they're 0-2 at the end of the day. And they're still making excuses. So also, Justin Fields is definitely Vince Evans 2.0, and I mean that he's a much better version. I expect his numbers to be well better than that. And my prediction is he'll be playing Pro Bowl football next season, and you're going to see him trending way up as our season lightens up, our schedule lightens up, and everyone gets more comfortable in the new system. Our conditioning program is second to none. So, bear down as far as that goes. So that's all I got for my final words. We want to thank everybody for, checking in tonight. You guys make sure you like, share, subscribe before you leave the building. That's most important. And, share the word. Bear down, bear down, bear down, bear down. And everybody knows how we look. What's that, Ace?
1980, Walter Payton led the damn Bears in receiving. 46 catches, 367 yards.
He's the GOAT.
Yeah. His wide receivers were Brian Bashnagel and James Scott. And you're blaming Vince Evans for this crap?
He led the Bears in everything.
Yeah. You had nobody to throw to. That's why he was getting intercepted.
All right, so if you ever find yourself sliding through the great city of Chi, right, doing it like this, make sure you check your 6, check your blind spot, watch your back, better guard your grill, knuckle up. Wise guy, huh? And don't forget to bring your mouthpiece.
Mouthpiece included. TATN
Put the guns down.